For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? This that boy Coach Malachi Williams in the building. We back. New Media Today USA Boxing. We back, man. We back. Let me put this microphone down. We are back. Today we're gonna have a damn good show today. I'm a little bit more, laid back today, a little bit more laid back. The energy is going to be here, though. You know me, the boy is known for the energy. So the energy will be here today, guys. Today we're going to deal with some facts over feelings. Today we're going to stick strictly to the commandments, and today we're not going to be bullshitty. Now, I already know what's going to happen today. I know these guys very well. I really know these guys very well, but I want to talk about, as a matter of fact, before I even get into that, salute to everyone that's in the chat. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Also, we do have the merch. If any of the hoodies that you see that I've been wearing, we have, as a matter of fact, let me pull it up over here. New Media Today USA Boxing .store. New Media Today USA Boxing .store. Here we go right here. Know what I mean? So I'll go ahead and show that, man, so you can cop the merch if you want to get the hoodies or anything else. New Media Today USA Boxing .store. The link is in the description below. Shout out to everyone who's listening to this podcast on Facebook as well as on YouTube. Twitter, for some reason, I have not been able to go live on Twitter. I have no idea. All of a sudden, it just stopped. I wonder if Leonard Smellerby had something to do with that. I'm going to try to get that corrected. And shout out to everyone who's listening to this podcast on Spotify as well as Amazon Music and everywhere else around the world who's listening to this podcast. Let's get into this, man, because I'm not going to be playing today. Today, I'm not going to be playing today. I'm going to just get straight to the goddamn point. I have to. I don't know other way to do it. So let's get right into the show. We're going to get straight to the point, and I don't know any other way to do it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the like button. I don't know any other way to do it. I don't know any other way to do it. I am a straight shooter. I'll call it the way I see it. I'm going to rub some people the wrong way today. So as a matter of fact, I'm going to sound the alarm today. I haven't sounded the alarm in a while. But let's do this. Shout out to, give everybody OJ Ju-Man style. Shout out to New Media Today USA Boxing. Hey, okay. Shout out to Paul Evans. Hey, okay. Salute to Ava. Hey, okay. Shout out to Thomas Jones. What's going on, brother? Hey, okay. The Queen Little Green Eyes P. Hey, okay. Shout out to Charles N. Hey, shout out to Johnny Blade. Hey, shout out to Luis. What's going on, fam? Hey, okay. Shout out to my brother Retro Boxing, the documentary. My brother Blood. Salute to my brother, man. Hey, okay. Shout out to Jay Styles. Retro is like a boxing historian. He know his shit. He know how to do research. He study a lot of stuff as relates to the sport of boxing. I would advise you. As a matter of fact, it should be a requirement. That should be another commandment that we add to the thing. It should be a requirement. When you got somebody that's a YouTube channel that really know boxing, that really calls it right down the middle and can just really tell you like historical facts about the sport of boxing. There's some good ones out there. So a lot of good channels out there that does this. It should be a requirement in the commandments that you need to go through those training courses, like with the retros and the ring IQs and there's a couple boxing historians. Whoever's a boxing historian out there, even Kurt, you should have to go through those. That should be a requirement before you even, think about, we're going to think about that. Before you even think about becoming, because a lot of these dudes are just fanboys and, they have to be detox. But that's neither here nor there. Let's continue. I didn't mean to get sidetracked. I digress. Shout out to Johnny Cash. Hey, okay. We said, what up, coach? Shout out to Lonnie Laughlin. Hey, okay. Lonnie Laughlin, what's going on, fam? Shout out to Carlos Resendez. What's going on, bro? Hey, okay. Shout out to the Queen, Kathy W. Hey, okay. Eliza Feliciano with the Lick Reed. Hey, okay. Thomas Cruz, what's up, bro? Hey, okay. James Brown, hi. Hit me. Hey, shout out to Matan 509. Hey, let's see. Shout out to, as a matter of fact, let's get the super chat. Shout out to Jamie Nieto for dropping that quarter over. Bam, dizz up on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Jamie Nieto says, Errol Spence and the PBC are going to do everything in their power to avoid Bud. I refuse to buy anything involving Spence till he fights Bud. Yeah, I'm gonna show your super chat on the screen as well. Shout out to Knockdown 305, born and raised in the county of Day 305. What's going on, fam? Shout out to number one soul brother. What's happening, bro? Let's see. Shout out to Rito K with the lick read. Let's see who else we have, man. CB3, James Brown, Haleen from the UK with the AK. Let's see. Pack Roy. This is one of my favorite trolls right here. Pack Roy. Pack Roy is one of my favorite trolls. And he don't dig me too well. That's fine. But he comes over here from time to time. He's a subscriber. I have no problem with Pack Roy. Pack Roy, the phone lines will be open. If you want to talk, you can troll on, baby. You know, you're one of my biggest trolls. And I love you to death. I really do. I love you to death. Shout out to Danny. Danny, what's going on, fam? Chris the Greatest. What the lick read? Diallo Huggy, aka Huggy Bear in the building. Shout out to Ronald Finkley, Big Ron. Shout out to Southpaw Killer. What the lick read? Shout out to Here to There. Shout out to Thomas Jones. Let's see. Cyrus, what's going on, bro? Let's see, man. Luis, what the lick read? H Bob in the building. Let's see. Who else we got? Who else we got? Let's see. Shout out to Chris the Greatest. Shout out to who else we have in the building, man? King KO. What's going on, fam? Let's see, man. Cars M1 KOZ. We just say KOZ. Cars. Let's see who else we got in the building, man. Carlos Resendez. Grimlock of the Dinobot. Jamie Nieto got to put the super chat up there, man. I already got you earlier. So he said Errol Spence and the PBC are going to do everything in their power to avoid Bud. I refuse to buy anything involving Spence until he fights Bud. You know, I'm going to say, well, that's your personal, preference as of late to that. But, if as long, again, I don't tell anybody, do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Do what you want to do. You know what I mean? I'm just saying for me, this has been 5 years in the making, 5 years. 4 or 5 years, and we're gonna deal with some receipts today, though. We're gonna deal with some receipts today. So I'm gonna tell you something. No one from the Alphabet Boys who push these narratives, none of these aerosexuals, they would never deal with what you show them as it relates to what's factual. They won't deal with that. They live in an alternate universe, right? They live in an alternate universe, a bizarro world, and if you can show them something directly from what Spence said out of his mouth as it relates to that. We know Crawford said that, hey, man, the fight is behind him, but then he's back saying he want to fight, Spence and all the stuff there. But I just want to show you like chronological order. This show can go on for 5 hours where I can show everything Blue Blood Sports TV said, everything 7-8 Sports TV said, everything Trill Boxing said, everything Police Officer Drew Titan said, everything BFTB said. Bro, this show can go on for hours. I can show you stuff that they said in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, Boxing Nemo, 2022. Bro, literally, I can show you this shit. Fanon, can't forget about him. Nestor Gibbs. Literally, I can show you everything these Alphabet Boy channels and their affiliates, because all of them are affiliated in one way, form, or fashion, what they have said. Literally. This shit is too easy for me. Literally. Let's continue though. Cookie Monster, what's going on? Knockdown 305, Double S Chicago. Let's see, man. 2 Live is what they are. Let's see, man. ADD, what's going on, fam? Thomas Cruz, Johnny Blaze. Shout out to General Cooney for dropping that 79 pounds on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Not pounds. I don't know. How would I say this? 0.0, that's like 79 cents. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that'd be $1. We'll just say $1 super chat. Sorry about that, man, fam. Let's see. Chris the Greatest in the building. Charles N. James. What's going on, James? Let's see. Let's see. He says, James said another Coachella in the super chat. James, you love to go James. Y'all know James. He listen. James is pro PBC. I think he's pro LDBC. And I think he might be an aerosexual. I'm not sure if James is aerosexual. I don't think James is an aerosexual, but I think he's probably pro PBC, pro LDBC, whatever. And but I appreciate you coming over here, fam. It is what it is. And, much love. It's all to the good.
Okay.
Shit, I ain't mad at you. Shout out to Juan Corrillo. But what you're not going to do today, James, you're not going to, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you something that comes out of the guy's mouth that you capping for. Phone lines will be open. Y'all want to address that. Y'all never address that. You never do. That energy be strange, boy. When that energy be different, boy. Hey. But it's okay. It's okay. Appreciate you being over here, though. Shout out to Jeff Lucietta. Shout out to James Hickey. Shout out to Steele. Shout out to Larry Baldwin. Shout out to Thomas Jones, Ali Muhammad. Let's see. George H. Chin Smoke. Danny. Let's see. Southpaw Killer. Terrence Trotter. Peter Reeves. Ronald Finkley. Big Ron. Derek Curry. We got James Hickey in the building. We have Luis. We have Jeff Lucietta. Shout out to Jeff Lucietta. Let's see. Shout out to I'm not here to make friends today. We're going to sound the alarm. We're going to get into the commandments. And some of you guys are going to have to make a decision today. Let's see. What I mean by that is, this might not be the channel for you. You might need to stick to the LDBC. You need to go over there. That might be more for you. Over here, we rock a little different over here. We ain't pushing no narratives. We toe tagging the body bag. We ain't playing today. Let's see. Shout out to G-Man. What's going on, G-Man? Let's see. Shout out to Garcia Flores. Let's see. Ricky VW. Shout out to one of my trolls, Pat Roy. What's going on, brother? Shout out to the Queen Misfit. Shout out to King KO. Shout out to KFC. Shout out to George H. DC Nardo. I want to get everybody before we start. The Crescent City. Let's see, man. It's cold in the winter. Derek Curry. Stephen 47. Wayne Love Peacock. Salutes. Eliza Feliciano. I think I got everybody. King KO. Peter Reeves. Let's see, man. Shout out to Southpaw Killer for dropping that $2. Bam! Super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, Coach, did you hear about Bob suing Bud for? Did you hear about Bud suing Bob for slander? Yeah, I heard that. But I don't know exactly, the validity of it, to be honest with you. Let's see. But I heard about it, brother. I heard about it, Southpaw Killer. Shout out to my brother Mark Nash for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your bizzle.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Shout out to he says shaking my head, I'm late. How much did I miss? 10 people match me on the show support. Shout out to Mark Nash, man. Y'all please go subscribe to Mark Nash's channel. James said, I'm pro PBC, not LDBC. Okay, it's the same thing. If you're pro PBC, you're pro LDBC, because it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Hey, you know what, man? You you having some let's see, hold on. You know what, James? Oh, you pro PBC. Hold on, man. I think you violate one of the commandments, brother. You violate one of the commandments, man. Oh, man. Yeah, man, you violate one of the commandments, dog. That's what this is. All right, that's what this is. James, man, you in violation, brother. Listen, brother, I advise you to show up on church on Sunday. Church Sundays, Reverend Abenaki. We need to put some oil on your forehead. Not oil, all on your forehead, man. You in violation, bro. You in violation. He say, Bossy Fan 101. He say, Terrence is suing Bob. Okay. Let's see. Shout out to one thing. I'm not gonna count for Bob Arum. If he's suing him, get all the money he can get if he can get it. Shout out to the Bless 365 for dropping that half for bam dizzub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Taco, okay, I think that's it. We going on too long. Shout out to Hawk from Maryland. Shout out to the Queen. Shout out to the Queen Misfit. Let's get into this. She says, hi, Coach and chat family, detractors and loiters. Hi, haters. Anyways, let's get into this. Yeah, man, James. Yeah, man, you in violation. As a matter of fact, brother, you in violation of which commandment you in violation of? We finna pull it up right now, brother. James. You pro PBC. See that right there? That's the problem. You pro promotional company. You pro promotional company, and I think that's the problem, brother. Right now, you in violation. You in violation. I'm finna tell you right now. Before we get into the show, I'm gonna tell you right now, James. This is the problem. This is the conflict of interest. You know, my brother James, you subscribed over here, and I appreciate the subscribership, but it's a conflict of interest because you are a PBC fanboy. You pro PBC, a white-owned company, by the way, a white-owned company. You know what I mean? You know, white-owned company. Yes, it is white-owned because White Allen Reed is the financiers who got bought out by Macquarie out of Australia. Two all-white companies. You know, man, the all-white company is backing. So you backing the white man up. And I don't care what you do, back the white man, black man, do whatever you want to do. I'm just being sarcastic as relate to that. But if you're backing the PBC because you think they're pro-black, you're sadly mistaken. You come over here to get educated, but I'm gonna show you something, James, today. Let's get into this. Shout out to Mark Nash for dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Yeah, see, James, see this right here, man. See, right now, you in violation, brother. Shout out to James, man. But right now, bro, you in violation. True. Yeah, James. See, right now, my brother. See, I'm finna tell you right now. Let's go on over here, man, because I want to start this show, and the show is started. James, see, right now, brother, I'm finna tell you right now. You said you pro PBC, so thou shalt not deride for a promotional company or promoter. You violating commandment number 3. That's number 3 right there, right? That's number 3 right there. So once you deride for a promotional company or promoter, you then automatically by default fall into commandment number 4. Because you'll say, thou shalt not be a manager or promoter of any fighter. If you deride for the promotional company, then more than likely, there's some fighters over there that you're going to deride for as well. You probably in violation of number 3. We know you're in violation of number 3. And we know that and more than likely, you're in violation of number 4. This is the problem, sir. This is a conflict of interest, James. You're going to have to make a decision, bro. You know, you're going to have to make a decision, bro. You know, you repent from your ways, or maybe this might not be the channel for you, my brother. I had the phone lines open for you. But let's continue. Now, again, I tell you guys, I want subscribers who love the sport of boxing more than they love a promotional company or an individual fighter. All subscribers ain't good subscribers. I like to weed out the ones who on the fence. I like to weed out the ones who shucking and jiving. I like to weed them out. We only want a particular subscriber over here. This might not be the channel for you, okay? If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Now, let's continue. Now, Errol Spence handlers at the PBC, as we already know, this has been out for a while now, says that the Crawford fight won't happen. The goalpost has been moved again. What do I mean by, hey, coach, what you mean by the goalpost been moved again? I'm going to show you. We're going to go all the way back to 4 or 5 years ago. And I'm going to show you what was being said then, and we're going to see what's being said now, and we're going to look at everything that was happening in between. Let's continue. Now, Errol Spence handlers at the PBC are at it again. We're not talking about the Alphabet Boys. They're just some niggas with a YouTube channel. I'm not talking about the PBC D riders. Them niggas going to do what they do. Ride the D, reverse cowgirl. That's what they do, right? Now, Errol Spence handlers at the PBC are at it again. Tim Smith, who is the VP of Communications, which everybody already know this, but everybody wanted to know, Coach, what's your spin on it? You ain't said nothing about it on your show. You ain't really, Coach, you ain't really, go at it and give your take on it. I'm giving you my take right now. Here it goes, guys. Guess what? I'm going to offend some people. I don't care. If I lose some subscribers from what I'm going to say, kick rocks, peace. I swear to God, I do not want your ass over here. I don't. We don't have the phone lines open right now. So whoever calling in, you're going to have to call back. The phone lines are not open right now. Now, I say all that to say this. You guys know I'm a straight shooter. I call it the way I see it. And it is what it is. As a matter of fact, let me do this. Let me do this, because whoever calling. Yeah, so I got to call it the way I see it. And I don't compromise, but I'm going to call it the way I see it. Not here to make friends. It is what it is, man. Fall out with me, fall out. I'll holler. Now, Tim Smith, who was the VP of Communications, did an interview on the PBC podcast where he says that Terence Crawford is not a pay-per-view star. That's another goalpost that's been moved. We're going to address that. We specifically going to address that because that's not what was being said a few years ago all the way up until now. That's not what was being said. You know what I mean? Now, and he said it's not a pay-per-view star. The Errol Spence versus Crawford fight won't happen. This is what Tim, now I'm not going by what Jabba the Hutt has said. I'm not going by what anybody from the LDBC or A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you know what I mean? HMI, whatever the case may be. You get what I'm trying to say. Kind of high right now. But we're not worried about the alphabets. We're not worried about the promotional companies. We're not worried about, the trolls. We're not worried about the fanboys. We're going to specifically address what someone who works for the PBC, who's in direct line of communication with Al Heyman, said out of his own mouth. So that means what he says and what everybody else says after him really doesn't matter. We're going to go by what he says out of his mouth, right? It is what it is. I told you guys, these niggas over here at the PBC, these fighters are not their own bosses. They have to follow orders. Coach, you're a hater. You're a hater. Why are you over here if you feel like I'm a hater? Didn't ask you to come over here. I didn't. You have a plethora of pro PBC channels you can go to. This is not the channel for you. For my trolls in the chat and my detractors, if you are here, I have something for you. Now, this is what he said, right? Tim Smith said that the type of money that Terence Crawford will want, the PBC cannot afford to pay him. I thought the PBC had a boatload of money. It's amazing now when Keith Thurman said he wanted $10 million to fight Terence Crawford, and everybody from the PBC D riders, in the alphabet boy community, Bob Arum being cheap. He don't want to pay Keith Thurman. He being cheap. He don't like to pay for the fighters. But as soon as Tim Smith, the VP of operations for the PBC, all you PBC D riders and L-sexuals, y'all ain't saying, oh man, the PBC being cheap. They don't want to pay Bud. Y'all ain't saying that though. Y'all switched it on up on us. Just like I knew you would. Shout out to the Queen Monica Silva. Hey, okay. Just like I knew you would. I knew you was going to switch it up. I know you guys very well. I know you better than you know yourselves. I know you very well. I really do. Now, that's strange, though. Now, that's strange because in the very next sentence, Tim Smith says that he doesn't know how much Terence Crawford would want in order to fight Spence because he hasn't spoke with Crawford. Let's stop right there. So how can you say in one breath that Terence Crawford is not a pay-per-view star? Okay, I give you that. But no one in the PBC is a pay-per-view star. No one in the PBC is a pay-per-view star. Show me one. And whoever you think a star, I can show you that he's not. Clearly, you don't know what a pay-per-view star is. I bother you niggas on this shit, dog. You niggas have primal mentalities. I know the playbook from which you operate out of. I understand the fanboy playbook. I really do. I really do. I understand the promotional company. Fanboys are promotional companies. I understand you very well. You're not good at it, though. Let's continue. Now, that's strange because in the very next sentence, he said that he doesn't know how much Terence Crawford would want, and he hasn't even spoke to Crawford. So basically, the big fish who says that he is his own boss won't be fighting Terence Crawford. Big fish, I'm my own boss. I do what I want to do. Call out. Okay, yeah, I get it now. Right? Now, first you said Terence Crawford needed to get a belt. I had the receipt on that. Then you said that Terence Crawford hasn't fought anybody. Had the receipt on that. Then you said that why not take the easy route and fight Shawn Porter. I had a receipt for that. Then you said that Terence Crawford was on the wrong side of the street. I had the receipt for that. Then you said that Bob Arum is the reason why the fight is not happening. Had a receipt for that. Then you said that Terence Crawford would have to come to the PBC. Had a receipt for that. Then you said that Terence Crawford would have to come fight on Fox or Showtime. Had a receipt to that. Then you said that Crawford would have to take a 60-40 split or a 70-30 split or 80-20 split or whatever we decide to give him. Had the receipts for that as well. A lot of that is out there, right? A lot of YouTube channels jumped out the window on that. Now that Crawford is a free agent, now you're saying that the fight can't happen because Crawford is not a pay-per-view star. Wow. So this shit don't went from he got to get a belt. That's one. It don't went from that, right? He got to get a belt. Hold on. Let me get it together. It don't went from he got to get a belt. That's one. Then he has to fight somebody. That's two. Then you might as well take the easier route and fight Shawn Porter. That's three. Then he was on the wrong side of the street. That's four. Then Bob Arum is stopping the fight. That's five. Then Terence Crawford had to come to the PBC. That's six. Then Terence Crawford will have to come to Showtime or Fox. That's seven. Then Crawford will have to take a 60-40 split when we know fighters do not make offers. The promotional companies do. So the promotional company at the PBC has never made Crawford an offer. So for all you Alphabet Boy YouTube channels who jumped out the window saying Crawford won't take the offer, and all you Alphabet Boy followers and PBCD riders, Crawford won't take the offer. He was never offered anything from the PBC. That was words that the big fish was saying online, and his minions went out there and ran with it. Then you said he had to take 60, 40, 70, 30, 80, 20 split. Now that he's a free agent, there's no other side of the street you have to deal with. There's no Bob Arum. There's nothing blocking the fight. Now you're saying that the fight can't happen because he's not a pay-per-view star and that you don't have the money to pay him. So, Crawford, what you got to do, you got to go make yourself a pay-per-view star. And then once you make yourself a star, and then we can make the fight happen. Now, notice how the tables have turned. Notice how this shit sound like quack, 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 quack. This is some Scrooge McDuck, Darkwing Duck type stuff going on. The man a free agent, and now they pull this out, right? Everything that Terence Crawford, and I have to say it, bro, the things that even Bob Arum, but everything that Terence Crawford, Bomac, and Bernie the Boxer, I don't even know those guys, I know Red though, have been saying for years has been true. That this boy Errol Spence, Al Hammond, and the PBC do not want to make this fight happen at all. More than likely, Errol Spence, he don't want to make this fight at all. I don't see him out there, hey man, look, we gonna make this fight happen. Hey Al, listen, let's do this. I don't see him doing what Marvin Hagler doing, or hell, even Jamel Charlo. Jamel Charlo is cut from a different cloth. I like Jamel Charlo. Spence wants no part of Crawford, and this is the truth. I wonder what the Aerosexuals have to say now. I know what they're saying right now. I got the receipts of what they're saying right now. If these dudes did not have a double standard, they would not have a standard at all. Now, let's look into the history of receipts from the Errol Spence and his supporters and see what they have always been the ones moving the goalposts. They've always been the one moving the goalposts when it comes to Terence Crawford. I told you guys last year that the PBC Witness Protection Program is real. Now do you believe me? The PBC Witness Protection Program is real. They don't put up all the walls and the barriers. I told you this last year, right? Now, what do you guys think about what Tim Smith, who is the VP of Operations at the PBC, has said? What do you think about what he said a few days ago? Let's talk about it. Am I being unreasonable? If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and the like button. I just ran down a list of things where the goalposts kept getting moved. But when I bring it up, oh, I'm hating. Oh, man, you don't like the PBC, a pro-black company that's owned by white folks. I'm finna body bag you niggas today. Warning, warning, warning. If you are a PBC dick rider, you might not want to watch this show today. Even if you are a subscriber and you are a PBC D rider, you might not want to watch this show today. I give two fucks about the PBC as a record label, company, staff, or as a crew. I give two fucks about Top Rank as a record label, staff, record company, or crew. Or Matchroom, or Queensberry. Only thing I care about, you fanboys, I care about the sport of boxing more than I love a particular fighter or a promotional company. So if you are a subscriber of mine and you are a PBC D rider, this is not the show for you. You might want to unsubscribe. Go find your pro PBC channel. I'm warning you today. I give two fucks. The phone lines will be open and you can say whatever it is you want to say about me. I'm hurting feelings today because I'm coming with the facts, I'm coming with the receipts, and I'm coming with the truth. I'm not here to make friends today. If you are a troll of mine and you want to troll on. You will not get any energy from me today. Today, we're going to deal with the receipts. I'm going to toe tag you niggas. I'm going to body bag you niggas today. I promise you that. You are not going to get away today. It's going to be like, get over here. Scorpion, no more to come back. Bring that ass over here, boy. If your ass stay here, if you got the nuts and the balls to stay here, guess what? This show is going to be for you today. I'm going to show you a level of consistency at being inconsistent. And I'm going to try to make sense out of nonsense. So if you are a fanboy of a particular fighter or promotional company, guess what? You might not want to watch this show today. If you leave and unsubscribe, we holler. I swear to God, I would not miss your ass. Pause. Let's go straight to it. Let's go straight to it. Shit. Phone line's gonna be open, man. Phone line's gonna be open. Listen, I want all the smoke. I want all the smoke. If you are a PBC fanboy, guess what? I want to hear from you. If you are a adamant Alphabet Boy channel supporter, I want to hear from you. If you do not like Coach Malachi Williams, you don't like Reverend Abernathy, you don't like New Media Today USA Boxing, please call in. I want to hear from you. Let's go. Let's go. I want to hear from these dudes, man. I really do. I want to hear from these guys. Want to hear from them. Let's go. Now, let's pull this up. Get into the show, man. Get into the show. Now, this is a report. This is from WBN. They're just quoting something that, they had to put the poster out there. Crawford, Spence. They really did good on the Photoshop on both of those guys. 38-0, 29 KOs, 27-0, 21 KOs. Okay. Now, according to Al Heyman Vice President Tim Smith, a 3-belt error. And guess what? I'm gonna say this, guys. The content that some of the content I'm gonna play, I do own the rights to it. It's some of them on my shows, but some of the stuff that I make, you may see, I do not own the rights to the material. This is for educational purposes only. So I have to say that, a disclaimer. And this is protected by, the Freedom of Information Act. So we in line with everything, okay? Now, according to Al Heyman Vice President Tim Smith, a 3-belt Errol Spence versus Crawford welterweight class is not a fight worth making right now. So let's stop right there. So that fight is not worth making right now. Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios is a fight worth making right now. The reason why is because those two niggas ain't gonna making no money. Keith Thurman ain't gonna get paid nothing to fight Mario Barrios. Just being honest with you. King Kong Ortiz didn't get paid nothing to really fight Charles Martin. Just being honest with you. You know what I mean? They didn't. So, the PBC, those fighters that make a little bit of money over there, they make a little bit of money, guaranteed money, and the rest, they put a roll in the escrow and they get allowances from their money. This is how these niggas get paid. That's how they get paid. I.e. Ice Agent Broner. So it is what it is. It is what it is. And this is the truth of the matter. I thought PBC had a whole bunch of money. I guess the white folks' money, Waddell and Reed, I guess that shit ran out. That Waddell and Reed money, the people who really own, Waddell and Reed just got bought up by Macquarie, out of Australia. I guess that money ran out. But it says, according to Vice President, a 3-belt Errol Spence, I just caught this. Errol Spence doesn't even have 3 belts. So I guess they're projecting, they're saying that he will have 3 belts after he fight Ugas. But let's stop right there. It say, due to capital problems on both sides of the fence and a lack of pay-per-view interest in Crawford, the event is impossible to make, says Smith. Let's stop right there. So now, Terence Crawford has to be a pay-per-view star now in order for the Errol Spence and the Terence Crawford fight to happen. First, you needed to get a belt. Second, you needed to fight somebody. He beat Shawn Porter. Okay, he stopped him, right? His daddy threw the towel in. Then you're on the wrong side of the street. Then Bob Arum is blocking it. Then you fight with ESPN. I fight with Fox and Showtime. Then you got to come to the PBC. Then you got to take offers that he never received. They never sent Terence Crawford any offers. So for all you YouTube channels saying Crawford won't take the split, he won't take the split. What split? He was never offered anything. Well, Errol Spence, no. Errol Spence don't make fights. The promoters do. You niggas ain't gonna run today, not today. If you bold enough to stay over here today, guess what? Take your medicine. Let's continue. Now, he said, due to the capital problems, basically the money, right? He said, despite the fans wanting Spence and Crawford done at all costs in 2022, Heyman's right-hand man. Let's stop right there. This guy is Al Heyman's right-hand man. So if he's Al Heyman's right-hand man, that means he speaks for Al Heyman. That means, you know what? He hear what Al Heyman says, and he's talking because Al Heyman don't do no talking. He's saying what's coming out of Al Heyman's mouth. That's his right-hand man. That's his dog. That's his dog. True. Let's continue. Now, on the recent PBC podcast, Smith explained why. He said it doesn't make good. He said it doesn't make for good reading as far as the fans are concerned. The fans don't want to hear that shit, right? Economics is the reason. So let's stop right there. He said economics is the reason. Is the reason that he on the wrong side of the street? No. Is the reason that he has to get a belt first? No. He got a belt now. Is the reason that he haven't fought anybody? No. Is the reason that he's on the wrong side, he's fighting with ESPN? No. Is the reason that he got to come to the PBC? No. Is the reason that he got to take 80-20, 60-40, 70-30? No. What is the reason, sir? He said economics is the reason. Why is economics is the reason? He said, you don't want to insult a guy like Terence Crawford. What he's saying right here is this. We normally don't pay our fighters a whole lot of money. So what we're going to do is we don't want to insult him by not paying him a lot of money because he was making a lot of money guaranteed with Top Rank. This is why Bob Arum was going off on Terence Crawford. He was upset that Crawford's getting like $5 million a fight. Guaranteed. His last fight, he got paid $6 million. So what the PBC is saying that, hey, man, we ain't got no money to be paying him what he used to being paid. Hell no. We normally pay our fighters $2-3 million tops. That's what they normally get. And the rest, they got to try to get it from the muscle. We ain't got no money to be paying them. What? All that money y'all got? Thought the PBC said the white folks did good to y'all. Why they in the ring? Y'all some whole lot of money. Y'all ain't got none of the white folks' money no more. Oh, well, I be damn good for right on, Mr. Cates. Damn, what the hell happened? What happened to the money? Let's continue. So now, he said economics is the reason. You don't want to insult a guy like Terence Crawford. He's a tremendous talent. I'm not taking away anything from his talent, Smith said. But Crawford hasn't been built into a pay-per-view star. And that is true. That's true. He's not a pay-per-view star. That is true. But how many fighters have Errol Spence fought that were pay-per-view stars? I'll wait. Was Chris Algier a pay-per-view star? No. Was Shawn Porter a pay-per-view star? No. Was Mikey Garcia at that time before fighting Errol Spence a pay-per-view star? No. Was Danny Garcia a pay-per-view star? No. Let's see. So so what are you talking about? What are you talking about, sir? I'm confused. I mean, I ain't the smartest guy in the world, but my GED education tells me that this is some bullshit. But it's not some bullshit. It's bullshit, but it's not bullshit at the same time. It's the truth. It is the truth. Terence Crawford is not a pay-per-view star. That is the truth. That's facts. Now, I'm not saying that to throw shade at the guy while throwing shade, because I'm doing this. He said, but you gotta go. He said, you gotta go on his track record. True, that's facts. He said, you've got to go and look at what he's done in the pay-per-view fights he's been involved in. Let's stop right there. Now the narrative changes. It went from you got to get a belt, you ain't fought nobody, you get the belt, you on the wrong side of the street, you with the wrong promotional company, Bob Arum is blocking the fight, Crawford never should have signed with ESPN. He got to take 80-20, 70-30, 60-40, or whatever my baby mama decided to give him. You know what I mean? He got to come to the PBC. Now he's a free agent. He's on no side of the street, and now they pull inside of the hat. I swear the goalposts keep being moved. The goalposts keep being moved, and if you niggas did not have a double standard, you would not have a standard at all. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Shout out to Mr. Calderon for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
We need 200 likes. We got over 300 people watching, and we got less than 200 likes. We need 300 likes. Mr. Calderon, what you say, fam? He said they probably ran out of money. Putting on them last few pay-per-views. You know, Canelo came and hit him for $40 million. Canelo came and hit him for $40 million plus, and they had to overpay Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant got paid allegedly $10 million. Nigga, please. Let's see how many more $10 million paydays he have. I wonder why. That's why everybody want to fight Canelo. He said PBC really started the new year with Ortiz and Martin headlining. Wow. There you go, man. Anyways, man. So now let's continue to hear what this dude. Listen, this is Al Haymon's right-hand man. Right-hand man. Not his left-hand man, not his middle-hand man, not his side leg man, not his right leg man, his right-hand man. Let's continue. Now, he said you got to go and look at what he's done. Continuing by diffusing any potential beef with Crawford's soon-to-be former handler, Bob Arum. Well, listen, he's gone. He's not over there anymore. Smith believes the PBC has to focus on fighters who are signed to their company. Oh, my God. He said until free agent Crawford makes up his mind where his future lies, there's also potential dealing with an alternate to Arum in Top Rank. He said, it's not my job to tell anybody how to make him a pay-per-view star, pointed out. So let's start right there. So basically, then he said, no, we're going to keep going. He said, we have enough work on our own hands trying to make our own guys in the pay-per-view stars. How was that working? How was that working out? Shit, last time Tank Davis did 52,000 fighting Esau Cruz. That wasn't Tank Davis's fault. Not mad at Tank at all. That wasn't his fault. His handlers did a terrible job. Danny Garcia ain't no pay-per-view star. Michael Garcia not no pay-per-view star. See, what makes big pay-per-view fights when the fans see 50-50 matchups? When they can see a star fighter fighting another star fighter. Let's say this guy, I'm going to give you a perfect example. I'm finna tell y'all this some bullshit. We finna blow this up. Oscar De La Hoya was the pay-per-view star back in the 90s. He was the cash cow guy, right? I mean, for the welterweight division. right? And then in the 2000s, when Floyd Mayweather fought him, Floyd Mayweather could not sell out a hot dog stand. I mean, his pay-per-view numbers were terrible. Floyd Mayweather was not a draw at all. He could not draw flies to shit as it relates to pay-per-view. This is facts. A lot of you Floyd Mayweather fanboys out there, y'all don't know that because you just started following Floyd 5-6 years ago. You don't know that back in the day, Floyd Mayweather was not a draw at all. He did not become a crossover star, a cash cow, until he fought a Mexican-American by the name of Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya made Floyd Mayweather a pay-per-view star by fighting him. This is facts. Prior to that, those same Floyd Mayweather fans, they wasn't buying his pay-per-views. This is facts. This ain't no shade. They wasn't buying no pay-per-views. So what does that tell me? Once Floyd Mayweather beat Oscar De La Hoya and he rebranded himself and called himself Money May, he became the bad guy. Floyd Mayweather played the bad guy role to perfection. He had a lot of people buying the pay-per-view just to see him lose. Really smart on Floyd Mayweather. And he wasn't signed to no PBC. He was working with Al Heyman. Right? So let's continue. Let's continue. Now, he said it's not my job to tell how to make Crawford a pay-per-view star. He said we have enough on our hands trying to make our own guys pay-per-view stars. He said, trust me, if there was money in him fighting Errol Spence where he could get what he wants and Errol can get what he wants, that fight would be made. But you don't want to insult a guy, the guy he concluded. Now, this is funny. So you, in one breath, you said you don't want to insult the guy. There's no money in the fight. He's going to want too much money. But then in one breath, and then the next breath, you say, hey, have you reached out to him? No, we haven't reached out to him. Do you know what he wants? No, we don't know what he wants. So if you haven't reached out to him, you don't know what he wants. You haven't sent him a contract. Have you made him an offer? No, we haven't made him an offer. What the fuck are you talking about? Somebody explain this to me. How do you know what I want if you don't make me an offer? Errol Spence don't make offers. We know that. No fighter in boxing makes offers. Unless maybe you're AJ or whatever, but I don't think he does. Canelo ain't sitting up drawing up contracts. Yeah, this one I'm gonna give you. This one I'm gonna give you. Caleb Plant. No. Eddie Reynoso probably is the one that does that, or whoever's on Canelo's team. So this narrative about you got to take the split, bullshit. Tim Smith just blowed that up. All this dick riding y'all been doing with the PBC, Crawford got to take the split. He got to do this, he got to do that. Guess what? Tim Smith just blowed that up. He just telling you, look, and we ain't got no money here. He just told you that we have enough hands, we have enough work on our hands trying to make our own guys in the pay-per-view stars. And then he said that this fight won't happen because Terence Crawford is not a pay-per-view star. Let's continue, though. Let's continue. These are the people who say they want to see this Crawford versus Spence fight, right? And then he said that the people ain't gonna buy the fight, they're gonna stream it. They ain't gonna buy the fight, they're gonna stream it. You know how he know that? Because guess what? Ain't nobody been buying their fights. Nobody been buying them PBC pay-per-views lately. So he's going by recently what's been going on. Hell, they bought Tyson Fury Wilder 2 fight. And they bought Tyson Fury Wilder 3. That did a little under 600,000. Wilder Fury 2 did anywhere from 800 to 850,000 domestically. Well, I don't know. And I think overseas they did another 300,000. Canelo did 800,000 with Caleb Eggplant, a no-name fighter, from Asheville, Tennessee. That guy. You see what I'm saying? Let's continue. Let's go right here. Let's look at Exhibit A. Again, I do not own the rights to this material. Let's go. This is September 2018. Remember what I told you guys. What it was first. See, we're not gonna let them get away with this. What it was first. First, you have to get a belt. Then you have to fight somebody. Then you said, why not take the easy route? That's 3. Then you said Terence Crawford's on the wrong side of the street. That's 4. Then you said Bob Arum was the reason why the fight's not happening. That's 5. Then you said Terence Crawford got to come to the PBC. That's 6. Then you said Terence Crawford would have to fight on Showtime or Fox. That's 7. Then you said, well, Crawford got to take 60-40 split, 70-30 split, 80-20 split, or whatever we decide to give him. That's 9. Now that Crawford is a free agent, there's no Bob Arum stopping the fight. There's no wrong side of the street. Now you're saying that he can't, the fight can't happen because there's no money there and he has to become a pay-per-view star. Woo! Let's do this. Errol Spence, what you got to say? What was you saying 4 years ago, sir? Hold on, guys. I need to bring this. I need to bring this volume up. I need to bring this volume up. What were you saying back then, my brother? Listen, we're not gonna go by what the alphabet boys have said. We're not gonna go by, and I got all the receipts for that. I got all the receipts for everything the alphabet boy says. Doesn't matter. We're not gonna go by any of that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go by what Errol Spence said out of his mouth. That's what I believe in doing. Let's hear from those. Well, I don't want to hear secondary information. I don't want to hear thirdary information. I want to play primary information. We're talking about primary information. That's what we want to do. Primary information, right? I'm finna pump it up right now. I got you. Here we go.
Hey, and I just want to say something. A lot of people like want to talk about when I say, oh, we on different side of the streets and things like that. It's true. Like me and Terence Crawford on different side of the streets.
So this is from September 2018. We're gonna go directly to what the big fish have said. The guy who said he's his own boss, he does what he wants to do, yada yada yada. We're gonna go directly to primary source information, and then I'm gonna show y'all the rest of the shit. Oh, I got something for you today, boy. Got something for you today. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the like button. I want to open up these phone lines. We have over 300 people watching, and we have less than 200 likes. So it must be a lot of my detractors. It's fine. But let's go.
He's just signed with ESPN. I don't fight for ESPN. I fight for Showtime or Fox. You know what I'm saying? So he's on this side of the street. Al Heyman, you know what I'm saying? And then like Bomac said, oh, I guarantee EJ living paycheck to paycheck. I'm definitely not living paycheck to paycheck. I guarantee you, if we check our tax reports at the end of the year, I guarantee I make more than him. He got 3 coaches. We don't know who the head coach is. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm away.
So he's saying he guaranteed he make more money than Terence Crawford. That's fine. I ain't tripping on none of that. You know, but PBC is saying that, hey, Terence Crawford getting paid a whole lot of money over there in top rank, and we ain't paying him what he was used to getting paid. So now, you know, I don't know. Let's go.
The fighting Terence Crawford. Who has he fought? The only name fight you fight, Yorkers Game Boy, the guy that he fought. I fought Lamar Peterson, Chris Algieri, Kell Brook. I mean, and how?
Yeah, we said got a lot of fans and promoters in the chat. Don't worry about it. We're gonna read the answer to 10 commandments. We're gonna read them the 16 commandments. I got them.
Fights, he got 30-some fights. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's a great fighter, things like that, but you can't put him to me. Like the guy he just fought for the undisputed welterweight, light welterweight champion of the world, Regis Prograis stopped him later than he did. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta add.
Let's stop right there. Shout out to Thomas Jones for dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Shout out to the Queen Miss Sexy as well. He says I'm a lot of fans and promoters in the chat, coach. Yes, sir. Shout out to Julio Guzman for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, you see Crawford suing Bob Arum for racial bias? Yeah, I saw that. But I'm not going to get distracted on the show today. We'll talk about that another time. We're going to deal with this today.
Into conclusion to who you say the top welterweight. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff is smoke and mirrors. That's what Bob Arum do. Bob Arum do a lot of smoke and mirrors. It's a lot of.
So he said Bob Arum do a lot of smoke and mirrors. Okay, where is the smoke in the mirrors now? 2022, where are the smoke in the mirrors? 2022, Al Heyman's right-hand man specifically said, man, we ain't making that fight. We don't have the financial money to pay Crawford what he wants without even knowing what Crawford wants. He was making a lot of money over there with ESPN in the top rank. We don't have the money to pay him over here. That fight ain't gonna happen. This is what he said. Let's continue. Shout out to the Hugh Janis for dropping that 2 pounds on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Super Sticker, I appreciate that.
with him, and that's how it is with Terence Crawford. If you name one of y'all name me a guy he fought. That was talk about.
So this all the niggas playing. He was saying he ain't fought nobody. Remember I said he ain't fought nobody. He got to fight somebody and all that stuff there. Let's continue.
Name me a top guy he fought that's better than Chris Algieri. Nah, they're better than Chris Algieri. Name me one guy. So you think
the nigga was ducking then. 2018, he was ducking, bobbing and weaving, shucking and jiving then. Let's go.
Chris Algieri beat Philly Diaz. He beat the Russian kid. Adongo just got knocked out by Reese Gregarious later than he did Terence Crawford. So now it's somebody else.
So this what he was saying. This what he was saying back then. Matisse, when he showed when he get hit back, he folded. This what he was saying back then.
Hit back, he folded.
This what he was saying back then.
Easy. On the speed at 140 with his smoke mirrors. Jeff Horn. I thought Manny Pacquiao beat him. I thought Manny Pacquiao beat him again.
This what they were saying back then. Hold on. Let's go.
Who? He kind of good today. Who had Jeff Horn beat? Name somebody Jeff Horn beat. Who?
Talking about who we beat.
Yeah.
Justifying now. This why the fight ain't gonna happen.
Bob Arum, he's a great promoter. Smoking mirrors, like I said.
Smoking mirrors. Okay, the smoking mirrors is not there.
He hasn't beat anybody, bro.
He hasn't beat anybody, so this is why the fight ain't gonna happen.
I can argue with that statement every time. It's a good fight. I got a tape of me beating Benavidez in sparring, punishing him.
So let's go ahead.
Somewhere down the road, they'll find a way to make the fight.
But at the end of the day, I feel like me and Keith Thurman is the fight to make. Like a lot of people bring up Terence Crawford, Keith Thurman been in action. But when Keith Thurman come back and when he has a great fight, and he, you know what I'm saying, he shows that, you know what I'm saying, what he's been showing in the fights with Danny Garcia and Shawn Porter. Everybody gonna be talking about Errol Spence. When
after Errol Spence, if he can beat Ugas, he's gonna fight Keith Thurman next.
And these reporters, they live in the moment. You know what I'm saying? They talking about Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, this and that, but they were just talking about Errol Spence and Keith Thurman. So once he come back and he has a great fight, they're like, what about Errol Spence and Keith Thurman? So
there are a lot of great fights that could be made easier right now because they're within the sphere that we're operating in. And Keith Thurman, if he didn't injure his hand again, would have been back in the ring already this fall. Unfortunately, he's had a real rough
4 years ago.
and he injured his hand again. But got to remember, Keith Thurman beat both of those guys that were in the ring tonight.
Definitely. And like I said, Terence Crawford on the wrong side of the street. It's me. It's Danny Garcia. We got Shawn Porter. We got Keith Thurman. We got Ugas. We got a lot of fighters over here. Who he has? If he was an A-level fighter, Bob Arum would have been gave him the fight with Manny Pacquiao, but he gave it to Jeff Horn. Why is that? It doesn't matter Pacquiao doesn't win. That's the promoter. That's the top guy. Top guy is Terence Crawford.
Yeah.
Why he give him that fight? And he gave him
that's what they were saying back then, man.
That's supposed to be your dude.
Oh man,
it's all facts. It is what it is. So I mean, like I said, he's on the wrong side of the street. That's why he's calling out. Who's he calling out? Who's he calling out? All Heyman guys, right? All right. How you gonna get that fight when he just signed with ESPN? I'm not going to ESPN.
So let's start right there. So he say, look. He re-signed with ESPN. He re-signed with Top Rank. You know, how you gonna get that fight? He re-signed. Okay. So we was able to get Wilder and Fury. Fury was with ESPN and Top Rank. And Wilder's with PBC. We was able to get that fight. But that's what this nigga was saying back then. He was saying this 4 years ago. He was bobbing and weaving, shucking and jiving 4 years ago. This nigga went in the PBC Witness Protection Program 4 years ago. Then he would have talking about who he fought, all of this stuff there. He's on the wrong side of the street. Now, guess what? He's a free agent, and they moving the goalposts again. Let's continue.
I'm not going to ESPN at all. Because the big money fights and the fights that is really going to get made and the fights I'm really going to make is it with Showtime and Fox Sports. And Fox. That's the fights I'm going to make. He's talking about, I got $3 million guaranteed. All right. You see 1.5 on paper, right? That's cool.
Get the rest on the back end. Anyways.
That's cool.
All right. Errol,
That's cool. Bo Mac can say what he want. That's cool.
Errol, quick question here for you. How much of the prophecy is you said you would like to be the undisputed champion? The guy who walked in anywhere.
He asked about undisputed.
That's the guy. Same like what Floyd Mayweather was, like Brady.
I'm A side. I'm A side. Like I said, Terry Crawford got to come across the street. Terence Crawford got to come across the street. He got to leave ESPN and come to Showtime with Fox. Or they got to do something where they both work together. They will both fight. So I'm not worried about it at all.
He said he's not worried about it though.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not going to be scared of Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford, great fighter. I like the look. I like the way Terence Crawford fight. Terence Crawford can fight. I respect him a lot. But like I said, he's on the wrong side of the street. And this side of the street because it's politics in boxing. It's politics in boxing.
So he said each side of the street is politics in boxing. All right, cool. All right, cool. All right. That's what he said 4 years ago, right? Let's continue. Let's continue. See, this right here. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Oh, do y'all remember this one? Do y'all remember this one? Here you go. He say, so that means Errol goes the other way, right? Let's see. Let's continue, man. Let's continue. Boy. Errol Spence Jr. Hey, bro. This is September 2028. September 2018. Now let's go here. What date was this? What was the date on this? Hold on. This was November 17, 2018. 2 months later. 2 months later, after Errol Spence did his little press conference. 2 months later, let's go here. 2 months later, let's go here. Tax. He said Fox and Fox Sports is the fights I want to make. Okay. Let's go here though. Let's go. Hold on. Oh, let's do this. Hold on. I want you guys. You know what? I want to know if you guys can hear this. I think you can hear this.
Bob, how big is this fight if it happens?
We don't know. We're all friends. We're in business. We're all fraternity brothers because this is our business.
You were the best in the business?
Right. We brothers. Absolutely. You're the best.
I said when the fight you know I'm different.
No, you don't.
You know it is mine.
Remember this?
No, you don't. He knows. Stop that. Because he kept saying stop that. Like now he's trying to make a beginning, but a couple months ago he said, what he say? It's gonna happen end of 2019. Did you not say that? Did you not say that?
This is what I'm saying.
I read it all.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I read it all too. Terence Crawford, wait till he get a belt. He ain't did nothing in the welterweight division. When he get a belt, you want to go over there. Keith Thurman want to go over there, and now y'all want to say, "Oh, I ain't fought nobody," but I got a belt now, so I.
Shawn Porter got a belt too.
So now
Shawn Porter got a belt too. Shawn Porter. So why am I go the easy road and not Shawn Porter out? Why wouldn't I?
Now look at the look on this guy's face. You see this guy right here? As soon as Spence says, listen, Terence Crawford is pointing out all of the things that Errol Spence said, right? They said, you ain't fought nobody. This is what him and Keith Thurman was saying. You got to get a belt. So he said, you said I got to get a belt. You said I ain't fought nobody. I got a belt. Now what's up? He said, Shawn Porter got a belt too. Why don't I take the easier route and fight Shawn Porter? This is what he said. I'm not going by what Jabba the Hutt said, Trill, any of these clowns. I'm not going by what the clowns from the Alphabet Boy community said. We're going to go by what Big Drunk say. That boy that like them boys. We're going to go by what he say. Like to play with that meat. Pitching and catching, playing offense and defense. I'm so disrespectful. Let's continue. Look at the look on this guy's face. This guy right here had a look of disbelief. Like, did this nigga say what I thought he said? Let's look at this again.
He ain't did nothing in the welterweight division. When he get a belt, you want to go over there. Keith Thurman want to go over there, and now y'all want to say, "Oh, I ain't fought nobody," but I got a belt now, so I.
Shawn Porter got a belt too.
So now
Shawn Porter got a belt too. Shawn Porter. So why am I go the easy road and not Shawn Porter out? Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I?
You a smart man, but not that smart.
Oh, I'm gonna crush you.
So he said he gonna crush Crawford. He promised him. The nigga, so I'm showing you a history of ducking. Showing you a history of ducking. Let's continue. Oh, I got some more. Let's go over here and hear what Pro PBC himself, Mr. PBC, Nestor Gibbs of the Boxing Voice has to say. Mr. PBC, I do not own the rights to this material. Let's see what Mr. PBC got to say.
Like the boxing fans who want to see Errol take on Terence Crawford. What is hindering this fight from happening, in your opinion?
Economics.
So you're hearing the voice of Tim Smith. He broke it down what I just read to you.
Don't really want to insult a guy like Terence Crawford, who's a tremendous talent, and I'm not taking away anything from his talent, but he hasn't been built into a pay-per-view star. And
I'm gonna pause it right there. I mean, I think that's something we've been saying for what? I don't know, since that first Victor Postal pay-per-view. Turn that number down. Let him.
Here you go, right here.
Situation then, but back to the audio.
And I'm not saying that to throw shade at the guy, but you got to go on his track record. You got to go and look at what he's done, in the pay-per-view fights that he's been at.
So I like what Ness says here, though. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. 98% of the time, I don't agree with nothing that Nestor Gibbs says, but 2% I do. This right here is because he's a PBC fanboy. He loves the PBC. Why, I have no idea. But he's a PBC fanboy. They might be cutting him a check or so, allegedly. I don't know. But but right here, he makes a point. Let's go.
Been involved in, and it's not my job to tell anybody how to make him a pay-per-view star.
Moving the goalpost. You got to be a pay-per-view star now. Moving the goalpost.
Own guys into pay-per-view stars, but he just hasn't been built. And trust me, if there is money in him fighting Errol Spence where he could get what he wants and Errol could get what he wants, that fight would get made. But you don't want to insult the guy.
Watch what Ness says, and I agree with him.
And make him an offer that's insulting. Nobody wants to do that. Like I said, he's a proud.
I don't get that either, man. Why are we thinking that we're going to offend Terence Crawford? Why can't we just start the negotiations, whether they're soft, whether they're hard? Start them. Put a number out there. Let him turn that number down. Let him.
You see what he said? He said he doesn't get what Tim Smith is saying. Basically, I'm saying he's full of shit. He say, how do you know what Terence Crawford wants? Why don't you even start the negotiations? They won't even start negotiating with Terence Crawford. I told you last year, the PBC Witness Protection Program is in full effect. They won't even start negotiating with him. Didn't make him an offer, didn't reach out to him. This is what it is. They've been protecting this boy. This boy been ducking from Dallas, Texas. Give two fucks about your YouTube channels from Dallas, Texas. Don't have any problems with Dallas or Texas. I don't. But the YouTube channels, I give two fucks about you, boy. This dude is saying that they haven't even made the dude an offer. So all that shit they were saying about, man, Bob Arum and, this, that, and wrong side of the street, wrong network, got to get a belt, haven't fought anybody. The truth has come out now. Let's continue.
Counter that number, but just to assume that your number is going to turn him off, it's going to hinder this fight from happening. You know what they say, when you assume you make an ass out of yourself, and
we ain't gotta hear no more. Y'all can go check Ness out. Y'all can go check. We ain't gotta hear no more. So what I did, I said, let me go down here and see what the fuck they be talking about. What his, what they talking about down here? What they talking about down here? So looking at what the people saying, what they talking about his studio, yada 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 yada. They talking about Ness. They talking about Ness Studio. They talking about Ness Studio. But let's continue though. Let's move on. This is your favorite YouTube channel for non. This nigga here is something else. His headline is Terence Crawford too expensive for Errol Spence because cheap Bud fans steal pay-per-views, says PBC exec. Let's start right there. This headline is what you call clickbait, or this is a lie. The man never said that specifically Terence Crawford fans are cheap. And he says it with a smile. I'd like to call this dude, and I don't know the nigga, so shit. I get too fucked. I don't know him. I guess he all right. You know what I mean? But I want to hear what his people got to say. I like to hear the people. So this dude right here, now these are for non-subscribers. The ex-member who got the ex-LDBC member, the guy who got kicked out. This is what Fanny is saying. Fanny, his subscribers are saying, doesn't need to be a pay-per-view star. This is the fight everyone wants to see. Both undefeated. Why people don't understand that? This is what one of the fans are saying, subscribers are saying. He said, Bud hold the last belt for undisputed. I guess Spence don't want to be undisputed at 147. Spence versus Crawford is a big money fight. It should be enough money to make both parties happy. Make the fight, not excuses. This is what the people are saying. Let's continue. So now PBC doesn't have money, more excuses. This fight won't happen. Shaking my head. Let's continue. If Bud is so sure he can beat EJ, take less money with a rematch clause. With an agreement in the rematch, the numbers flip and get the lion's share. The only problem with what this brother Nathaniel is saying, he say take less money with the rematch clause. There was never an offer made. How was he gonna take? Listen, the vice, our human right-hand man said we never reached out to Terence Crawford. We haven't even talked to the boy. We don't know how much money he want or none of that. We're not even in negotiation with him. So that negates everything this nigga here talking about. Let's continue. If they stop putting bullshit on pay-per-views, there's no excuse with buying it. Case closed. Here it go again. Foster says, for now, my brother, don't believe the hype. You be riding Spence's job kind of hard. He says, you should be a reporter or an analyst, more neutral. We all know you are a Spence fanboy. No, he said Spence fan, which is no problem, but you must start giving Crawford a little more credit than you have given him. So basically, this guy right here saying that for Fanon, they know that he's biased. They know that, he's a pro Spence, pro PBC guy. So they know that his information, everything he says is always going to be slighted that way. And this is what you have. What you have is you have these old crusty niggas and on YouTube today. These are old niggas. They in their 40s and 50s. They old fanboys. They old fanboys of certain fighters, and they dick riders for certain promotional companies. And this is what you got going on. You have fanboys of the Alphabet Boy community who have YouTube channels, and you have ex-YouTube, ex-Alphabet Boy community members like Fanon. They still fanboys, and they dick ride for the PBC and stuff like that. Kind of like what Nessa Gibbs and all them guys do. But I got to call it like it is. I can't cap, dog. I can't cap. Let's continue. Let's go over here. Blue Ball Sports TV. Oh, Blue, it's your boy. Oh, Blue. He says, bad news, audio. He said, bad news. Errol Spence Crawford fight, not big money fight, won't happen. Says PBC, not pay-per-view worthy. Now, they dropped this a few days ago, but I want to hear what the people are saying. The people saying, so he's saying we as fans won't buy the pay-per-view. But what the hell would make y'all think that we would buy Ortiz and Charles Martin? Thurman versus Barrios, Tank versus Cruz. This is what Blue Bud's subscribers are saying. He say, man, they are tripping. Even if I lowball, he said, even if I lowball this fight, and let's say it does 500,000 pay-per-view buys, that's $40 million just off the top, assuming yada 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 yada. Crawford takes 40%. That's 16. So this guy's being a fan of it. He's breaking it down right here. This guy right here say, we can be mad, but Till Smith is telling the truth. People will get on here and claim they'll buy pay-per-view, but they'll stream it. The pay-per-view won't break 400,000. Guess what? You know why they saying that? Because don't nobody buy PBC pay-per-view fights. Nobody buys PBC pay-per-view fights. So this is what he's saying. Right? This is what he said. Well, ain't nobody really been buying that fight, so they ain't going to buy Crawford and Spence. Let's continue. This guy Jacob says it will be a money maker. You're not going to support the fight. Get the F out of here. He said, man, get the F out of here. You sound like you don't want to see this fight. So everybody is turning now. The narrative has turned. The narrative has turned. And this guy said it's Spence versus Ugas. So who buys Spence versus Ugas? This guy right here says whatever it takes to protect their idol is acceptable. The people are waking up. This guy right here says that sounds like a scary, diversionary, divisive tactics to avoid a potential mega fight and a seemingly inevitable beatdown. We all know, so he's probably slighted towards the guy he likes. We all know when there isn't money, there is always a purse bid. Find some investors to make the fight. This guy here says, now we see why Floyd Mayweather took his career in his own hands. These promoters are full of shit. People are waking up. Let's continue. No, I'm not playing with these guys today. Shout out to the Molly for dropping that half for bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
We're showing you a history of ducking. I'm exposing these YouTube channels, these fanboy old crusted nigga YouTube channels who like the D-Ride for the PBC, white-owned company, and they believe in they believe in witness protection program. They're protecting their boy over there. That's why I showed you what Spence said out of his own mouth first, and what Tim Smith is saying. He's been consistent. So he says, stay on their heads. Set out the mole. He says, stay on their heads. 100. They keep talking about negotiations. That has never happened. Exactly. Never happened. Shout out to Dirty Red for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Dirty Red said, word on the curb is that Crawford is suing Top Rank. Yeah, that's true. He said, what the hell is going on in these boxing streets? Also, please protect Lord Spence Almighty. Yeah. So this is what they want to do, right? They want to talk about, okay, Crawford is suing Top Rank for discrimination, racism, whatever the case may be, right? So they want to divert to that. What does that have to do with Crawford versus Spence fight? Crawford is not a Top Rank fighter anymore. He's not over there with Top Rank. He's a free agent. They want to talk about the racism, but they don't want to talk about the Crawford-Spence fight. This is what these niggas do. Oh, look over there, right? No. We're going to stay on code today. These are pro-PBC channels. These are aerosexual YouTube channels. I'm going to their pages, and you're seeing what the people are saying. Let's continue. Let's go over here. Oh, I got another one. I got one right here from the leader of the Alphabet Boys, Jabba the Hutt himself. Let's see what his people are saying. Now, he's kind of upset. He's saying in here that this is some bullshit. He said, the PBC trying to ruin Crawford-Spence fight. I heard the video. I heard the entire video. Let's see what his people saying down here, though. This guy here says, I paid $250 for that fight. Saying Spence versus Crawford won't sell is either dishonesty or stupidity, or it's ducking. Let's continue. I added the end is ducking. So Keith Davis, this guy here, 7A Sports TV subscriber, he says, Tim is full of bull. People will pay for the biggest fights out there. That's bullshit coming from, come on, Al Heyman, Al and Sam. He say, you know this fight will sell when you got a first top tier fighter, Vernon Forster. You know, he knew it. So this guy saying this BS. This guy right here is saying that he's just getting out there for Al to give EJ a built-in excuse not to make the fight. This is what the Alphabet Boy subscribers are saying. I don't know why y'all even playing around like y'all don't know what's up. Crawford versus Spence would have built legacy-defining fights. And if the PBC wasn't scared to put their fighters up against the outside. These are LDBC channels. These are their subscribers. As long as we can't even get Spence to say he wants to fight Crawford next, and the PBC is literally telling you that they don't want to make the fight, there's nothing Bud can do to get the fight. He might as well have stayed with Arum or retired. This guy right here, this is a PBC channel. LDBC channel. Sorry about that. Pro-PBC channel. Jabba the Hutt. PBC don't want the fight. It's always been that way. So I'm sure, why am I showing you this? The narrative has changed. I told you guys, you niggas controlled the narrative for a long time. It's a new ball. It's a new day now. It's a new day now. Right? The people are waking up. The people. Let's continue. What's over here? Let's hear what, shout out to my main man, Julius. Let's see what Sporting Icons. Let's see what Ring IQ got to say. Let's see this, and then we're gonna get to the people. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe at the like button. We're gonna open up the phone lines.
Well over a year ago, about 2 or 3, a slave offer. When DAZN first debuted in America, that's what Broner said, in reference to an offer Eddie Hearn made.
So he's talking about how Broner now wants to go fight for Eddie Hearn because the well don't ran dry over there at the PBC. The money, they ain't got the money no more like they had anymore. Right? Let's continue.
Yet all of a sudden, well, now you want to work with Eddie. Why is that?
You just mentioned Haney, for example. Devin Haney makes a lot of money, but will we pay him that kind of money that he's making? Absolutely not.
So this is Sausage Nose saying that, remember, TBE, we got all the money, big money this, big money that. This they talking about Devin Haney. They're talking about Devin Haney wants to fight Tank Davis, and Leonard Ellaby saying that, man, we ain't paying Devin Haney the kind of money that he normally get paid. We ain't gonna pay that. Listen, Devin Haney versus Tank Davis will be a big fight. They've been talking duck language over there with Mayweather Promotions and the PBC. This is what they've been doing. Let's continue.
If there is money in him fighting Errol Spence where he could get what he wants and Errol could get what he wants, that fight would get made. But
yeah, he full of shit.
From a business standpoint,
it's low, but don't worry about it. Y'all heard it before.
They're not going to plop down any money to make it.
He said, "Why is Bud suing Bob?" I think there's something dealing with racism or something like that. I have to look at the article. I have to read deep into it, to be honest with you. But I think that's what it's about.
And I'm just being totally honest. It has nothing to do with him as the fighter.
You know, and I don't know what that number is, but I would think that
this him saying he don't know what the number is.
You know, would be very high.
Let's continue.
I believe the well is running dry over there at the PBC because you'll notice the verbiage from Leonard Ellaby in reference to a Davis versus Haney fight. You'll notice the verbiage from Tim Smith in reference to a Spence versus Crawford fight. You're hearing the same thing about different fights. You're hearing the same thing from different people in reference to different fights. And I think they accent the same problem. The well is running dry at the PBC.
Well, it's running dry, man. Them white folks' money, why they're to read, that money running dry. You got to pay Waddell and Reed, who is now owned by Macquarie. You got to pay them. The well is running dry. This is what's going on, right? Let's continue. Let's continue. No, I'm not finished. I'm not finished with these niggas. I'm not finished. So I said I wanted to show you guys, no, I'm not even going to go there. I said I wanted to show you guys something else. Remember I told you what they said? We work harder, not smarter. We believe in keeping everything in-house. Floyd Mayweather told you when Mario Barrios and Tank Davis fought each other. He told you this. Let's continue.
You know, what you want next, and rely on your team. Is there anything at all where you'd like to kind of fight next as far as...
Let's continue. So I wanted you to hear this. I want you to hear this. I want you to hear this good. This is after the Mario Barrios fight, Floyd Mayweather told you guys that he believed in working smarter, not harder. That Tank Davis, we believe in making in-house fights. This is what's going on. I told you this. These niggas been ducking and dodging. They handling, that's what they do over there. Let's continue. No, let's continue. I got it right here. Hold on. Let's do this. Let's do this. Hold on. Where's Tank Davis at? Wait a minute, guys. This is what's been going on. As a matter of fact, it's low, but I'll tell you what he said.
Anything at all where you'd like to kind of fight next as far as 130, 135? Anything at all? This team going to take care of that. You know,
Floyd Mayweather said his team is going to take care of that. So they basically asked Tank Davis, they say, is there anybody that you want to fight at 135 at all? Tank Davis immediately looked over there to Floyd Mayweather because he knows he cannot talk for himself. So let's continue.
Our thing is this, you know, we work smarter, not harder. So everything in-house.
So Floyd Mayweather says,
we all work family, so I mean, we're not going to go nowhere and make another company great.
So he says we. He said PBC, Mayweather Promotions is one family. He said we keep everything in-house. We're not going to make another promoter rich. And you can see over here, Leonard Ellaby was over smiling when he said it. Here you go. There you go. He's smiling.
We all work family, so I mean, we're not going to go nowhere and make another company great. So we got plenty of fighters. It's at 140, 135.
So why am I showing you this? I'm telling you, I'm showing you what the game is. This is what's been going on. This is why you ain't gonna get the fights. And they ain't got the money. They ain't got the money. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue. Where am I now? Remember this, guy. This is another receipt that I had right here. Let's go here. This receipt that I had right here. Let's go. Let's continue. So that Crawford Spence shit ain't gonna happen. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you why it ain't gonna happen. He says, what about Spence running? I told you November 21st, 2021, that the Crawford Spence shit ain't gonna happen. This show was when Terence Crawford beat Shawn Porter, sent him into retirement, right? I told you then that this fight not gonna happen. What did I know? He wasn't running, he was just walking fast. Shout out to he says Crawford takes out Spence, but Bud still got. Let's go here. Else left and right. But on PBC, Dick Ryder, please follow Desi Banks, one of the best comedians out there. Here it is. Listen to this right quick. I got receipts on what I said last year. Yeah, man. I warned you. If you're still here, I got receipts. Anyways, I am Dave say, Coach, now we know why Bud didn't want to fight Porter. He didn't want to retire his friend. Yeah, man. Yeah. They friends, man. They friends. Just imagine if he wasn't a friend. Get to the point, Coach. Taking the next say, looks like you put on some weight, Coach. Must have been all that extra cash you carry. He say, sorry, mate, I can't hear you. He didn't want to retire his friend. Yeah, man. Yeah. They friends, man. They friends. Just imagine if he wasn't a friend. And I talked about this here. Back in the day, say, looks like you put on some weight, Coach. Must have been all that extra cash you carry. I talked about this here. I haven't gained any weight. To be honest with you. The fight ain't gonna happen. I was talking about this on the show. Adrian says on Bud 6-0, 6 KOs against true welterweights. Facts. He says, didn't Dummy Broner across the street and get his clock clean too? Let's see. Let me tell you why it ain't gonna happen. Oh, I said it ain't gonna happen. What about Spence running? Here you go. That's right. But let me tell you why it ain't. That's right. But on PBC dick riders and ass kissers and those PBC capping on champs, that boy, they been taking L's all year long. They been taking L's all year long. They hate me, but I love you guys. I mean, last year I said this. Yeah. He said they talking mad garbage to if he wasn't ready, he should not have been in the ring to fight. Oh, boy. All these excuses. He said, what's next for Crawford? He need to go home and chill and get him some rest. He's a free agent now. You need to be asking Ortiz what's next for him. You need to be asking Spence what's next for him. We know Spence is fighting Ugas, so we ought to know that. What said Kenny was a buster for that stoppage thing. So they was mad about the stoppage. In this show, I talked about how the fight wasn't going to happen. Let's continue. Let's go. Right here, I talked about it. As a matter of fact, I talked about it so much, what was the name of the show. I said, bad news, Errol Spence versus Crawford fight won't happen. Here's why. Now, the first video I showed you was in November. The first video I showed you talking about the fight not going to happen is in November the 21st. The second time I talked about it again, and I have previous videos early in the year where I talked about it. Bad news, Errol Spence versus Crawford fight won't happen. Here's why. And I broke it down why. That's me talking about it on this show right here. This video is titled Bad News, Errol Spence versus Crawford fight won't happen. Here's why. That's what this video is titled. And I talked about it right here. I talked about it right here. Don't even have to play the audio. Let's continue. Right here. I was high right here. I talked about it. Know his name right now. Right here, we made a video in, guys. What was the headline of this video? Terence Crawford, please stop chasing Errol Spence. The boy don't want to fight you. Move on. You remember that? As a matter, somebody gave a super chat. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365 for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, y'all still bringing up Wilder. Damn, let my boo rest.
To this day.
I said this last year. I gave you yesterday's news today. Terence Crawford, I say, please stop chasing Errol Spence. The boy don't want to fight you. Move on. I said this December the 16th, 2021. Let's continue. Let's go here. This is other shit. Whole bunch of other shit. Right? I have a plethora of receipts. What's going on? I have a plethora of receipts. Let me open up these phone lines. So now you have Al Heyman's right-hand man saying that this fight is not going to happen, right? Okay, cool. You have Big Fish He been ducking the whole goddamn time. Yes, I'm saying the D word, duck. That nigga been ducking and shaking like booty meat ever since that boy Terence Crawford moved up to the welterweight division 5 years ago. I don't give two fucks about what you say. I'm going by what I've been seeing from Big Fish and the PBC. It is what it is. Shout out to Donald Banks for dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Donald Banks said Crawford suing Bob Arum for being $10 million for being racist. That's good. That's good. Because a lot of the shit that Bob Arum said about Terence Crawford probably feel like that this guy is devaluing me in the sport of boxing. That's good. But my question is this. What does Terence Crawford suing Bob Arum for racism have to do with Terence Crawford and Errol Spence fighting each other? We're going to address this. Absolutely. That's all I want to know. Phone lines is open. Phone lines is open. Anybody don't like what I said, call me. Anybody don't like what I said, call me. I'm here. I'm not running from no smoke. As a matter of fact, hold on. Yeah. Not running from no smoke. It's here. Phone lines is open. 530-494-9636. I have a lot of receipts. When I say a lot, I have so many receipts that this show can go on for 5 hours. I'm going to have to do a series on this show. That's what I'm going to do, a series on this show. Of everything that came from your boy mouth. I'm glad the people waking up, though. Carter, what's your name? Where you calling from?
How you doing, Coach? It's Dark Prince 617.
Dark Prince 617. What the leak read? Where you calling from, fam?
I'm calling from Boston, Coach. How you doing, man? I called before. We chatted before.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dark Prince from Boston. What's going on, fam? What you want to talk about?
Man, I mean, I know this is this is the hate train against Spence and the Alphabet Boys.
What do you mean? Hate train? What do you mean by hate train?
I mean, I know you going in, you doing your thing, you going in, you bringing out receipts. I saw the, comments. I know what time it is. That's cool.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Spence brought it on himself in this situation. I think the issue is we don't have Al Heyman to speak and explain everything. So instead of that, we have Spence to come out and be the public voice for why the fight isn't happening. When the reality is the fight isn't happening because it just doesn't make business sense for PBC and Spence.
We have Al Heyman's right-hand man. Al Heyman doesn't talk. So his right-hand man said it. He said they don't have the money. He said the economics is not there. What do you think about?
Are we talking about Watson?
No.
Talking about Mr. Watson, Coach?
No, we're talking about Tim. We're talking about Tim Smith, the VP of operations for the PBC.
Oh, okay. See, I thought Watson was the right-hand man. So is Watson the left-hand man?
Oh, I don't know who Watson is. All I know Sam Watson been around for a long time. But I'm saying the vice president, Tim Smith of the PBC, specifically said that they have not made Terence Crawford any offers. They don't know how much money he wants. They say, but they said that we don't have the money. Economics is the reason why this fight won't happen. And Terence Crawford's not a pay-per-view star. And I broke down several different things that were said over the years. You know what I mean? So, but we're hearing it from the guy's mouth. First it was as a matter of fact, I have it here. First, Terence Crawford had to get a belt. Then he had he wasn't fighting anybody. Then you got to why not take the easy route? Then Terence Crawford was on the wrong side of the street. Then you said Bob Arum was stopping the fight, which could have been some validity to that. Oh, I don't know. Then you say that Terence Crawford would have to come to the PBC. Then you say that Crawford would have to fight on Showtime or Fox. Then he has to take an 60-40, 70-30, 80-20 split. Now he's not a pay-per-view star. We don't have enough money to pay him. So I'm going by what was said from Errol Spence, what's saying from Al Heyman's right-hand man, vice president of operations at the PBC. This is what they have been saying.
Right. The overwhelming majority of everything you said, Coach, was said by pretty much Errol Spence.
Yes.
We know what Tim Smith recently said. Yes. But everything else you pretty much mentioned, we can agree, is said by Errol Spence. Again, we shouldn't be caring or putting too much energy in what Errol Spence is saying because Errol Spence isn't his own boss, to quote the Alphabet Boys, right? Isn't that what Lord Mayweather always told them? Spence isn't his own boss. He can't speak for himself. The only one who can speak for himself is Heyman, and he doesn't say anything. He's an American gangster who stays out of the limelight. Only thing we have is what Tim Smith said. That's the only real substantive thing that we have to go by. And it makes sense when you think about it. I think what Tim Smith essentially is saying, and everyone's missing, is that Bud's going to price himself out of the Spence fight.
No, you're not going to get away with that. I'm going to tell you why you're not going to get away with that. Because even the pro PBC, PBC Nestor Gibbs, and there's probably no YouTube channel that's more pro PBC than him. Even he said, if you don't even know what the man wants, you haven't even started a negotiation. That's like me saying, you know what, man, I want to hire Dark Prince, but I don't want to insult the guy. He won't take, he's gonna price himself out. If I never spoke with you, how do I know? Well, they have contract negotiations for a reason. So you can't use that as an excuse, because you admit in the same interview that you don't know what he wanted. You haven't reached out to him. My whole point is this. But listen. I'm not talking. My whole point is this. I'm going by what the man said out of his own mouth. My whole point is this. You haven't reached out to him. You haven't talked to him. Fact of the matter is, this fight is not happening, and he said why it's not happening. Errol Spence gave all of his reasons for 4 or 5 years now why this fight's not going to happen. Crawford is a free agent. He's not with Top Rank anymore. You don't have to worry about the other side of the street, and they still making excuses. Tim Smith is the right-hand man of Al Heyman. So I'm more inclined to believe the right-hand man of Al Heyman. I'm more inclined to believe Errol Spence, who is the primary suspect in this particular conversation, than anyone else, than you, anyone from the Alphabet Boys, or anyone. I'm listening to what they say, because these are the guys who are involved.
You're right, as we all should. I guess it's just looking at it from a different perspective. To me, I'm pretty sure Tim Smith didn't say what he said without Al Heyman's approval. I look at Tim Smith, the fact that he's saying what he said on a PBC, their bogus podcast I didn't even know existed. The fact that he's saying that on their platform, to me, that's him being Al Heyman's mouthpiece. And I look at it as a chess move, something we know Al Heyman does very well.
Yeah, I don't
setting
know.
The tone for the negotiations. Hold on, Coach. I think he's setting the tone for the negotiations with Bud by already touching base on the fact that he doesn't have as much value as he thinks he does, so that when Bud eventually does come to talk to him,
how do you know what he think? How do you know what he think he does when you haven't reached out to him?
No, we know what his value is, though, right? Bob Arum did a good job of that. He blasted everything, and I guess Crawford just did it in the lawsuit. He put out everything he made in each fight for the last 3 years. Bob Arum for years been talking about his pay-per-view numbers have been bad. So everyone knows publicly his value. So I see Tim Smith saying what he said to just set the stage for Crawford's expectations, so that when he comes to the table, he's not asking for too much money or more money than he's worth. Okay, so what about it? So basically, the fight is not going to happen because Terence Crawford has made a boatload of money. He's made a boatload of money with He made a boatload of money with Top Rank, and this fight is not going to happen because he made too much money. Oh no! I said it last time we spoke, Coach, and I still believe it. I know you told me where you stand on it. I believe the fight is definitely going to happen, and I still feel, listening to what Tim Smith said, that they want the fight to happen. It's just not going to happen for the amount of money Terence Crawford feels he deserves. What does he deserve? He's going to have to swallow his pride. What does he feel that he deserves? Well, we publicly have seen Crawford say is that he's not going to accept a 70-30 split or a 60-40 split. So we already know, he said that. That's on YouTube. He's not going to accept those splits. So we already know how Crawford's looking at it. My question is, what does he feel he deserves, sir? What does he feel he deserves? It seems Crawford feels he deserves at least a 50-50 split. At least a 50-50 split. All right. So we got monetarily, we know he doesn't. Okay. So you say monetarily, we know he doesn't. So, all right, listen. All I know is this. This is what I know. What I know is this here. Need to get a belt, wrong side of the street, haven't fought anybody, wrong promoter, you fight for ESPN, come to the PBC, 80-20, 60-40, 70-30. No one from Top Rank no one from PBC has made him an offer.
And we both
Not
know,
yet.
and
Not yet.
listen, we both know that fighters do not make offers. Fighters don't do that. We know
They
that.
don't.
You
Correct.
don't negotiate contracts or make offers for fights on Twitter. We know this. So I'm telling you 9-10 different things that I've been hearing over the past 4 or 5 years, only to find out that Al Haymon's right-hand man is saying that, hey, this fight ain't gonna happen because of economics. That's all I'm saying, sir. So other than that, we got other calls calling in, man, and we ran kind of long.
I understand, Coach. I appreciate it. You know, I love you. I love what you're doing. I love Spence. I love Bud. Good talking it up with you, man.
All right. So, shout out to Dark Prince calling from Boston. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm hearing a whole lot of niggas explaining. That's all I'm saying. So listen, shout out to Mr. Nice. Sorry, guys. I pulled a limit that called to 5 minutes, but my bad. Shout out to Mr. Nice. Phone lines are open for dropping that quarter over. Bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
I'm gonna say, Coach. He say, Coach. Coach, tell him get to the point. He keep receipts on himself as well. Anybody can get it. In my Broner voice. Bro. Hey, I miss the Can Man, bro. I miss the Can Man. Shout out to Mike T for dropping that quarter over. Bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He say, Brock Sinas's nose king of cap. You know he's full of it when he blocks people who speak the truth. Yeah, that's what they do. Again, for all of you people talking about, well, Crawford should take this split, take that split. I don't know what part of this you guys do not understand. Take a split of what? He was never offered anything from Al Haymon or anybody from the PBC. Never. He's a free agent now. And now you're moving the goalposts again. What you're going to have to explain to me is this. This is what you're not addressing. This is what you're not going to be able to get around. First, he had to get a belt. That was one. Phone lines are open. Whoever was calling, call back. Phone lines are open. That was one. Then you haven't fought anybody. That's two. Then you're going, why not take the easy route? That's three. Then he's on the wrong side of the street. That's four. Then Bob Arum was blocking the fight. That's five. Then you fight for Fox and Showtime. He fight for ESPN. He's with the wrong network. That's six. Then he will have to come to the PBC. That's seven. Now you're saying that there's no money in it. We don't know what he wants. We haven't made him an offer. So they admit that he haven't made him an offer. So you guys saying that he should take this, take 50%, 40%, 30% of what? How can he take any percentage of anything if there was never an offer in the first place? You're defeating your own argument with that. You're making excuses and niggas explaining. We're not going to do that today. The boy should move on. I'm mad at Crawford. You know, move on. The nigga don't want to fight you. Anyways, Carter, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Ron from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Ron from Cincinnati. What's going on, fam? What you want to talk about?
My thing is, remember what Rick Glazer said the other day?
What's that?
That he said that they haven't made an offer to Terence Crawford because maybe they'll try to lowball him and he'll accept.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they got a lot to do with why they ain't made an offer. And my thing is, why hasn't Crawford made an offer to Errol? If he want to fight so bad, all I hear is about he want to fight, but where his offer? You know what I'm saying? Everybody siding with Terence Crawford, but where's the side with Errol?
No, there's a lot of people siding with Errol. Have you ever heard of LDBC?
Yeah.
These are dedicated Errol Spence YouTube channels. You have a lot of YouTube channels who ride with Errol. A lot of them. So that's not true, sir. They riding with him hard. They riding with him hard. My point is this. I'm gonna tell you like I tell everybody. Fighters, Crawford is a free agent now, so he should be able to talk to whoever he needs to talk to at PBC. I don't know why the PBC haven't restarted him. He haven't restarted them. Any of that stuff. All I'm saying is this. I heard 8-9 different reasons why this fight has not happened. Now, Crawford is a free agent. The biggest stumbling block was Bob Arum, and he's been on the wrong side of the street, wrong promotional company. That was the biggest stumbling block. Now that he is a free agent, explain to me why Al Haymon's PBC have not trying, why are they shooting this fight down saying it ain't gonna happen? Why are they not trying to make this fight happen now?
That's my same question. My question is, he's fighting everybody but Terence Crawford, and he keep giving other reasons. He make up a new reason every time to why he can't fight or why it don't work. If it's a money thing, send an offer and see what he say.
But this
see what happens.
This is what the Pro PBC channel Boxing Voice have said. At least make the man an offer.
Right.
Listen, that's like me saying, man, I'm not gonna talk to Ron, man, because I don't want to ask Ron about this because I know what he gonna want anyways. But how you know what he want? Have you talked to Ron? No, I ain't talked to him. Well, how you know he won't accept it? Have you made him an offer? No, I ain't making no offer, but we just know that he ain't gonna take it anyways.
It's ridiculous at this point. I feel I
ain't tripping. No.
Earl,
go ahead.
I feel like Earl ain't ready.
Nah, he don't want to fight.
This is my main. I feel like he ain't ready.
He don't want to fight him.
I feel like he lost confidence in himself.
He don't want to fight that boy.
He talk a good game, but what we seeing a lot of excuses and ducking. Let's be honest, it's ducking now. Like, come on, you fought Shawn Porter. You said you don't want to fight Keith Thurman because Keith Thurman tried to fight Keith Thurman when he had the belt. Now he ain't got the belt. Now you don't want to fight Keith Thurman, but you want to go fight Ugas.
He's going to fight Keith Thurman next. If Errol Spence, I'm giving you tomorrow's headlines today. If Errol Spence beats Ugas, Keith Thurman is the guy he's going to fight next. Mark my words.
What weight does that hold? Like that's what I'm saying. What does Errol got to gain for beating Keith Thurman?
I'm gonna tell you, it's consistent with what Floyd Mayweather said. We know why should we know I don't want to make another promoter rich. We believe we have a plethora of fighters over here with the PBC that Tank can fight. When he was talking about Tank Davis, listen, this is what they do. Listen, anytime you hear a promoter as in Floyd Mayweather say that we believe in working smarter, not harder. Working smarter, not harder means we believe in ducking and cherry picking. That's what that means. We ain't fighting nobody that's not a PBC fighter. And we're going to pick which ones because boxing is about matchmaking. So the matchmakers, when they look at a fight, they say, man, you know what, man? Now this dude match up pretty good with our fighter. Our fighter should be able to beat this guy. But, this guy over here, man, that's kind of tough, dog. It's a good chance that he may not fight this guy. You see what I'm saying? He may not win this fight. And then if he's not signed to us, oh man, goddamn. Okay, well, did you make him an offer? No, we ain't making no offer. Why do you want to reach out to him? We just we don't want to reach out to him. So that tells me everything I need to know. I'm going to listen to Al Haymon's right-hand man, Tim Smith. And I'm going to listen to Errol Spence. Errol Spence has been telling us for years what the lick read. And Tim Smith came out and put the icing on the cake. That's all I'm saying, my brother. But listen, we got other phone lines callers calling in. Shout out to Ron from Cincinnati, man. Thank you for calling in, my brother. Yeah, I'm not putting no words in nobody's mouth. I'm going by what they say. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Coach. This is Nikki, your girl, Nick Rich.
Shout out to the Queen, Nick Rich. What's going on, Queen? What you want to talk about?
Nothing. I am just kind of going through these comments, and I'm just so baffled by a bunch of grown behind not wanting to see the best fight the best right now. I just can't believe that you had a bunch of grown behind men like this dark crunch dude that's talking about, yeah, we'll pay for the pay-per-view 10 years down the road, just like we paid for Pacquiao and Mayweather. Like, dude, people want to see the fights right now. People don't want to pay for shit pay-per-view fights. That's our choice. And then there's this other kid that's up in here in the chat on some old, hey, y'all Bob Crawford people, y'all are losing today. This ain't even about who is the best fighter. This is about seeing the best fight. And I feel like some of these grown-ass men just don't even understand that. This whole thing that you're doing right now, Coach, is about getting away with the false narratives, getting away from the whole, putting fighters in a protection program and saying your fighter don't deserve this and this person's the A side and this person is pricing themselves out. We don't give a fuck about that kind of shit. We just want to see the best fight the best. Grown men, take off some panties, grow the fuck up. That's all I gotta say.
Man, shout out to the Queen. Shout out to the Queen, Nick Rich. Thank you so much, Queen, for calling in. Thank you so much. See, this is the problem. I'm gonna address what Nick Rich just said. the problem is you have a lot of these guys, they break a lot of these commandments that we have over here. A lot of these guys are aerosexuals, they're PBC D-Riders. You have PBC D-Ride and YouTube channels, and you have their fan bases and stuff like that. And this is what's going on. These guys, they won't address anything that you're saying. So now it's all kind of other shit. You know what I mean? I'm just pointing out the obvious. We got a call calling in. I'm going by what I see. I'm going by what Errol Spence said out of his mouth and what Al Heyman's right-hand man is saying. That's what I'm going by. I'm not going by what nobody else saying. I'm going by the primary sources of information. That's what I'm going by. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, what's up, man? It's Al from Philly.
What's your name, Al?
Al from Philly.
Al from Philly. What the link read, Al? What you want to talk about?
Yeah, I just want to make this real quick. I think I figured it all out. Okay, the reason why they doing all this negotiation is because they don't want to reveal to Spence that they can't afford to pay him. See, Crawford is going to make them open up the books because Crawford gets what he gets. He's going to get $3-4 million guaranteed. Spence doesn't make that. So at the end of the day, when he says I'm getting a 60-40 split, but Crawford still makes more money than him, that's what PBC doesn't want to have happen. Because everybody is getting this facade money. It's like it's for show. You know, it's all on paper, but it ain't in their bank account. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So if Crawford gets what he's owed or what he's due, then Spencer's gonna be like, well, how do you make more money than me? So that's what they're trying to avoid from happening.
Yeah, I don't, man. To be honest with you, man, Al, I don't know what's going on, bro. All I know is, and I'm gonna stay consistent on what's been said. First, it was you got to get a belt. If you get a belt, we can make that fight happen. Then you got to fight somebody. Then you on the wrong side of the street. If you lead her that side of the street, we can make that fight happen. Well, Bob Arum is blocking the fight, so they got racist ass Bob out the way. Then you gotta, you fight with the wrong network. Then now he's a free agent. Well, you got to come to the PBC. Now he's a free agent. Now they're saying something else. He's not a pay-per-view star now. And so it's like, dude, I'm saying, I'm showing you what Errol Spence said. I'm showing you what Tim Smith, Al Heyman's right-hand man, is saying, and I'm showing you a history of double standards, contradictions, constantly moving the goalposts, and they have been consistent with that. That's all I'm saying, bro. But hey, Al,
that's right.
Thank you for calling in, bro. Thank you for calling in. Shout out to you, fam.
No problem.
Yes, sir. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is, listen, forget what I'm saying. Forget what I'm saying. Forget what anyone else in the chat is saying. What did Spence say? And I'm showing you what he said. What did Tim Smith, Al Heyman's right-hand man? You don't get no closer to Al Heyman than the right-hand man, right? The man saying, look, we ain't made him no offer. We ain't offered him nothing. The fight ain't gonna happen. That's what he said. So why am I saying this? So all that shit, all those excuses that y'all were using, that he on the wrong side of the street, he never should have signed with this company, he never should have been with this network, he need to fight somebody, he need to get a belt, all that was bullshit. You niggas was in the witness protection program, the PBC witness protection program for 4 or 5 years now. I'm just calling it out. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, it's good, coach. It's Dark Prince 617. I had to reply to the Queen. I can't let her do me like that. I'm from the hood. I gotta come right back with what you said.
What's that?
Let's not get it twisted. Respectfully, Queen, what you said was bogus. Because the reality is, I'm a fan of boxing. I've been a fan of boxing. I'm a grown ass man. I've been a fan of boxing for a long time. I approach it as a coach. I've trained a lot of fighters. I spar as well. I approach it as a fan, but I also approach it as a business because I see it what it is. So as a fan, hell yeah. Spence making excuses, PBC making excuses. I wanted to see this fight 3 years ago. Let's just keep it a buck. But I understand it's not about what I want. Sadly, if we all really think about it, the business of boxing is not based on what the fans want. It never has. It never will be. They take it to account when it suits them, but it's not about what the fans want. So I know it's a business. And as a business, this recent Tim Smith move is nothing new to me because I know they're just trying to do what benefits them, which is getting the most money for Errol Spence and the least money for anybody who's not with them. That's all this is. That's why I'm not sweating it. I still think the fight's going to happen, but it's not going to happen until Bud's going to take a lot less money than he thinks he should. That's just the reality of it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Thank you so much for calling in, Dark Prince. I appreciate the call. All right.
No problem, Coach. Thank you.
Sir. Yes, sir. So basically, Tim Smith cleared up a whole lot of stuff for me, in my opinion. He cleared up a whole lot of stuff. He's the mouthpiece of Al Heyman. He's the right-hand man of Al Heyman. And if he's speaking what Al is saying, then that's what's going on. So that tells me all that other shit was lies, smoke, and mirrors, in my opinion. We got another call calling in. The phone lines is hot today. The phone lines is hot. Phone lines is hot today. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Fernando from New York.
Fernando from New York. What the link read? What you want to talk about?
I feel like the fight will happen. It will be a trilogy. It's just that you got to really, and yeah, the party that's delaying the fight is Errol Spence. But I feel like if he barely wins against Ugas when they fight in April or whenever, he's not going to take the chance against Keith Thurman because the Crawford fight will be the more lucrative fight, and they'll fight 3 times. I just feel like the biggest fights in boxing always happen 3 times because they're not going to get that same money anywhere else.
Well, why did you feel that way when Al Heyman's right hand man saying that fight is not going to happen because they don't have the money to pay Crawford? Why? And they haven't made an offer. Why are you saying that?
They're buying time. I think they're buying time because they have to justify the Ugas fight. They don't do the best type of marketing for their fights. They pay-per-view every month. And with everything that's happened, they have to some way, somehow justify why. And they're fully aware that the fans, the casual fans and the hardcore fans, want to see Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford for a unification fight. But what else could they say on why it can happen? Because right now Crawford's a free agent, promotional free agent. So the best excuse they could come up with is, he's going to lose money. The Ugas fight's going to happen. You're going to see the post-fight interview that I don't even know. It also, so Barrios is fighting when I see Errol fighting Mario Barrios in Texas. But Keith wins, I don't think Keith because it's just too risky of a fight, and there's nothing historic involved. If the Errol Spence and Terence Crawford fight happens, whoever the winner is going to be in the Hall of Fame. Well, Crawford is technically already Hall of Fame.
All right. Okay, listen. Well, thank you for calling in. Thank you for calling in, Fernando, man. I appreciate that, man. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to Fernando for calling in from New York. See, all I wanted to do was point out the double standards and the inconsistencies. Right? Bob Arum, he's a piece of shit. We know that. But they put everything on one side. And now, what you got to say now? Look at what the fans, pro PBC YouTube channel subscribers are saying. They ain't going for that shit. They see it for what it is now. This been 4 or 5 years in the making. Same shit, different toilet. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, Coach, this is Cyrus from the Philippines again.
Cyrus from the Philippines. What the link read, Cyrus? Well, what you want to talk about?
Yeah, I actually just wanted to address what people are saying in the chat and the.
Yeah, I don't even know what's going on in the chat. I haven't been looking.
Yeah, because they're mentioning about the fight will happen because it's the promoter's prerogative and this and that. But I think that there's a reason why the pay-per-view numbers are down because the fans don't want to see the fights that they're making. I think that's the main reason why. I actually just want to compare it to what's been regarding the things that are coming out of the movies lately. The reason why Spider-Man No Way Home is earning at least 1.5 billion now, and it's still in the theaters, is because the people want to watch those types of movies. And that's actually regarding with the fights as well. If you don't put up fights that the fans don't want to see, then they won't buy the pay-per-view. The reason why the Canelo unification run was very profitable, even though it wasn't chart-shattering, if you might say, is because people wanted to see Canelo unify the super middleweight, and that's the reason why a lot of people bought that. The reason why the Wilder and Fury 3 was fairly successful is because of the amount of people that wanted to watch how it will end. So I think that it's wrong to say that it's what the promoters want. I think it's what the fans want, because as long as they don't put up the fights that the fans want, people won't buy the pay-per-view and it will continue to decline. If they put up the fights that, say, Spence and Crawford happened and other ones, then people will buy that fight. And I think that it will do pretty well. So that's just my 2 cents there. So
Thank you so much, sir. Cyrus from the Philippines calling in. Thank you so much, sir, for calling in. Thank you, brother.
yeah.
Yes, sir. All I'm saying, whoever called in, please call back. All I'm saying is this, man. All I'm saying is, hey, Tim Smith, this is what you don't understand, sir. Tim Smith, let me explain something to you. The reason why the PBC has been flopping with your pay-per-views lately is because you're not giving fans what they want. I'm explaining something to you guys. Now, people are going to stream regardless. They've been streaming for a long time. But Canelo did 800,000. Canelo and Plant did 800,000 pay-per-view buys with Caleb Plant. Crawford Porter fought in Las Vegas. I forgot, the MGM Grand or one of those hotels. It was a sellout. There was not. It was the entire venue sold out. Did it do good pay-per-view numbers? No. Crawford's not a pay-per-view star. And what the dude name? Shawn Porter's not a pay-per-view star. You're telling me that the reason why Sugar Ray Leonard, I'm not even gonna bring up Sugar Ray. I'm like, it's funny to me. You're gonna tell me the reason why 2 top fighters who fans been talking about for 5 years now, since 2017, fighting each other, you're telling me there's no money in it. We don't know what he wants. The fight is not going to happen. I will say this. Errol Spence was telling the truth. Errol Spence was telling the truth. He was telling the truth. Hey man, he on the wrong side of the street, this, that, this, and that. Now, the dude is a free agent. Now it's something else. He ain't no star. See, this is what's going on. Let me show y'all something. See, you gotta see a lot of these fans, y'all over here with this shit. You breaking the commandments. You breaking the commandments. Now you want to be managers and promoters. Managers and promoters. Commandment number 4. Managers or promoters. Thou shalt not be a manager or promoter. You're telling me that, well, what they doing, this is what they really doing. See, Tim Smith, this is what he really meant. No. I don't go by what I think a person means. I go by what a person says out of their mouth. If a person tell me that, hey man, when I walk into the house, I'm going to open the refrigerator, and when he walks into the house, he goes to the backyard, plays with the dog, and I'm not going to sit back and say, yeah man, he said he was going to go to the refrigerator, but he really meant he was going outside. No. I'm going to hold you to what you said. You said, right? You just what you said. You said all of these different things. Niggas been arguing about this shit for 5 years on social media. I've been doing this shit for 12 months now, going on 13 months. I'm going by what that individual says, the primary source of information said out of his mouth. Both. Arum said some shit, PBC said some shit. Now that is over, Al Heyman's right-hand man told you what it is. And it go right back to what Floyd Mayweather said. Why did I show you Floyd Mayweather? Because Floyd Mayweather said, we believe in fighting in-house fights. Errol Spence said it best. We got all the fighters over here. But he's a free agent now. But he ain't no pay-per-view star. Go somewhere, become a pay-per-view star, make the fight lucrative, and then come back to us. They didn't say that in 2017. They didn't say that in 2018. They didn't say that in 2019. They didn't say that in 2020. They didn't say that in 2021. But in 2022, it's some other shit. Stay moving the goalposts. Stay moving the goalposts. That's what I see. That's what I see. So that's all I'm saying. It's the same shit, same toilet. It's not even same shit, different toilet. It's the same shit, same toilet. That's all I'm saying. I call it the way I see it. I call it the way I see it, and I call it the way I'm hearing it. I'm calling the way I'm hearing it. Hold on, guys. I'll call it the way I see it, and I'll call it the way I'm hearing it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the like button. Let's pull this up. Let's pull this up. So now, I'm looking at this article right here, and I saw this article earlier. Mike Carpenter posted. Terence Crawford accuses Bob Arum of bias favoring white and Latino fighters in lawsuit against Top Rank. Let's continue. Now, there is some truth to this. I totally agree with Terence Crawford suing Bob Arum. I don't think he's going to win this lawsuit. How are you going to prove that? Bob Arum is going to probably say it's his business. And Bob Arum he's a Jew, and he has a lot of money. He's worth a lot of money. Good luck with Terence Crawford winning this lawsuit. But let's read what it says. Welterweight champion Terence Crawford filed a lawsuit Wednesday against his former promoter Top Rank in Nevada. So I guess we don't have to worry about seeing any more fights with Terence Crawford and Bob Arum fighting with Bob Arum anymore, right? We'll see how that works out. The lawsuit alleges that the 90-year-old Arum continues to make racist and bigoted statements and purposefully damage the reputation of black boxers. Crawford, who is black, signed with Top Rank in 2011, and he rose to prominence, winning titles in 3 different weight divisions, weight classes, on his way to the worldwide recognition. He's currently ESPN's #1 welterweight and #2 pound-for-pound boxer, behind Canelo Alvarez, more than likely. The suit also claims that Arum's sordid history with athletes of color, especially black fighters, and his bias favoring white and Latino fighters is well documented and known throughout the boxing world, and that Arum makes no secret of his deep-seated bias against black fighters. Terence Crawford, 34 years old, is seeking damages to be determined at trial in excess of $5.4 million, money the fighter claims he lost due to Top Rank's failure to deliver a second fight in a year. And he say in a year 2 extension he signed back in 2018, along with his inability to offer him a bout with Errol Spence Jr. The suit claims that when Crawford signed to fight the Mean Machine, Kavalauskas, in 2019, the agreement included a $900,000 payment if Top Rank didn't, in good faith, offer Crawford a bout with Spence at the end of 2020. So basically, Crawford was getting, every time he had a fight that did not include him fighting Errol Spence, Top Rank had to pay him an extra $1 million. On top of the guaranteed purse that he already had. This is what Bob Arum was complaining about. God damn, I'm not able to deliver the Spence fight. After promising him that he would deliver the Spence fight. So, Bomac did a real good job. Listen, I take my head out to Bomac. Bomac did a damn good job. When he renegotiated that contract, he made sure Terence Crawford got paid a boatload of money, like $4 or $5 million a fight. And he made sure that every time he had a fight that it did not include Errol Spence, meaning Bob Arum should have been working with Al Heyman and vice versa. I don't think it could have been Bob Arum and Al Heyman. Neither one of them was trying to make that fight happen. Neither one. Right? So he got paid $900,000 on top of that every fight. But I got to take my head out the Bomac for that. Now, he said it is unfortunate that Top Rank did not treat Terence properly and in fact spoke out regularly against him. And they did. How the hell you're a promoter promoting a fighter and you speaking out against him in public? And you think that's going to raise his value you think that's going to raise his profile? You openly shitting on the man in public. Now, I hope like hell Terence Crawford win this lawsuit. I doubt it, but we'll see what happens, right? So unfortunately, Top Rank did not treat Terence properly and in fact spoke out regularly against him. This is facts. Crawford's attorney, Brian Friedman, told ESPN. Friedman also represented Mikey Garcia in his 2014 lawsuit against Top Rank, which led to the parties terminating his promotional agreement after Garcia was sidelined for nearly 3 years. Mikey Garcia was put on the shelf for 3 years when he sued Bob Arum. Now, what Crawford did was very smart. I'm going to tell you why it was smart. He learned from Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia effed up. When you are signed to a promotional company and you're still under contract with them, you don't sue a promotional company that you are currently under contract with. You won't get any more fights and it'll stop you from making money. So that was very dumb of Mikey Garcia when he did that. Terence Crawford was smart. He probably already knew, I'm going to sue this motherfucker. He probably knew that a couple years ago. But he knew if I make the same mistake, and this is what you YouTube channels, you Alphabet Boy channels failed to realize. If the nigga would have listened to you dumbass niggas, he would have got thrown on the shelf. He knew that, hey, if I talk shit about Bob, sue him, say all this shit, while I'm under contract, he's going to put me on the shelf like he did Mikey Garcia, and then I'm not going to be able to get paid to make any money to feed my family. So he said, okay, I'm going to be cool. I'm going to wait till I become a free agent. Very smart. Mikey Garcia, he didn't, he made a mistake when he did that. Now, unlike other boxers bound to top rank contracts, Terence can assert his claims in court without top rank forcing him to sit out. You see what he said right here? Unlike other boxers at top rank, bound to top rank contracts, Terence can assert his claims in court without top rank forcing him to sit out. That's the same thing they did to Mikey Garcia. They forced Mikey Garcia to sit out. Put him on the shelf for 3 years. But you dumbass niggas, you fanatics and you promoters, you sitting there talking about, oh man, Bob said that he could have built a house in Beverly Hills with the money he lost on Crawford. Crawford top rate told me he ain't saying nothing attacking Bob Arum. Why would he attack the man while he under contract with him when the man gonna throw his ass on the shelf like he did Mikey Garcia? And last time I checked, Mikey Garcia is Mexican. And that's what he did to Mikey Garcia. Hold on, guys. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, it's Jerron calling from New York. What's up, Coach?
Jerron calling from New York. What the lick read, baby?
Hey, look, man, it looked like it was a checkmate, right?
Checkmate with what?
With Crawford. He played it smart. That was a smart move. Best move he ever made in his whole career.
Man, listen, Jerron, these dudes, listen, I'll break this down to you. Brother, as I said before, I'm going to finish reading the article. Mikey Garcia was signed to Top Rank. Top Rank did not treat Mikey. They paid him his money. He didn't get robbed financially, but they was moving him flawed. They was moving him wrong. So the mistake that Mikey Garcia made, he sued Bob Arum while he was under contract. If Terence Crawford would have done that same dumbass shit, sue his promoter while he's under contract, he would have got thrown on the shelf for 3 years, just like Mikey Garcia did. He wouldn't have made no money. He wouldn't have made no money making fights. He wouldn't have made no money from his fights. And guess what? He wouldn't have been able to feed his family.
Nope.
So that's why you can't listen to these fanatics and promoters. If these dudes really understood a lot of the shit they say they understood, they wouldn't even have YouTube channels. You would be in that business. That's all I'm saying, my brother. Jerron, anything else you want to say, my brother?
Yeah. This right here, if there any young fighters listening, take notes. You don't need a promoter. You got social media. What you need to promote, you can promote your own self. Jake Paul just showed you how to do it. Even though he might not be a big superstar, you got social media. You can promote your own self. Make somebody in your family that somebody in your family, go to school, learn the business. That's all you got to do. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Time to win it's time to read out these old promoters so we can get the fights that we want. It's time to rule them out of boxing, period. Been in boxing too long. Bob Arum been in boxing too long. Come on, man. If I'm 90, you know where I'll be at right now? Sitting back at my house somewhere with a pina colada or something. You know what I'm saying? Hey, some of that money that I done robbed people for hundreds of years, for 50 years. But that's all I had to say, Coach. It's you know what I'm saying? I'm proud of Crawford. He did the right thing, man.
Shout out to Jerron, man, for calling from New York. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much for calling in, fam.
Thank you. Hey, brother.
Yes, sir. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365 for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
She said exactly why Bob is so damn salty right now. Bless, it makes sense. It makes sense. I'm not the smartest guy in the world. Hold on, guys. Hold on. We got another call calling in. Caller, hold on. I got you. Caller, hold on for one moment. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but listen, anybody in the chat have a job? Anybody in the chat have a job? If you have a job and You depend on that job to pay you your checks in order so that you can take care of your family. And you had a lawsuit that you wanted to sue this job against for discrimination, but you don't have another job, that you can back up just in case you file this lawsuit. Will it be wise for you to file a lawsuit while you are currently working for that employer? And knowing that he have deep pockets, they can fire you. It's going to take you years before this case can come to fruition. Listening to these YouTube channels, listen, if a fighter listens to these YouTube channels, you the dumbest fighter in the world. These niggas literally don't know what the hell they be talking about. Shout out to caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, coach, man, it's me, man. What's the lick read, coach, man? It's Cassidy, man.
Cassidy, what the lick read, man? What's going on, fam?
Nothing, man. I wanted to thank you for the information that you blessed us with today, man. Basically, we're not going to see them two fight until they're 40 plus. Then, basically, that's what it's looking like. That's the road that we're going down now. Errol Spence has made every excuse in the book. We don't want to hear anymore. Like you said, coach, Crawford, you need to stop chasing the man now. We need to come to the financial part. Now, and respect to the last caller as well, coach, because he said some true words there. He said some true words there. They need to know how to promote themselves. How the hell is Jake Paul here in a big draw? He's nobody. He's a YouTube guy. How the hell is it that he knows how to draw in a crowd? He knows how to get the facts that he wants. He has no backing, no promotion. Really, he's apart from himself. So it doesn't make any sense. How does he know how to acquit himself as a boxer better than the rest of these guys?
No, that's easy. That's easy. I have an answer for that. Jake Paul and Logan Paul, they are content creators on YouTube. They have a social media fan base. They have over 1 million subscribers on social media on YouTube, and they other social media platforms. They kind of cross promote the fans, on different platforms. So, Jake Paul, he has a built-in audience. So a lot of these fighters, hear me out. A lot of these fighters, they don't have that, right? Terence Crawford is not a talker. He doesn't, he doesn't promote himself. Errol Spence is not a talker. He doesn't well, hear me out. Errol Spence is not a talker. He doesn't promote himself. So, that's what it is. But he does have an audience himself. A lot of these fighters are not, as Canelo Alvarez don't really talk much, but he has a diehard audience. Every criteria is different from each fighter. You know what I mean? But as it relates to Jake Paul, Jake Paul has an audience that he brought with him from social media to the sport of boxing. You see what I'm saying? So that's why you can't really compare a fighter to him because they don't have what Jake Paul has. A lot of these boxers, they don't have what Jake Paul has.
Jake, fair enough, coach. And there's one more question I wanted to ask you, man. You see Sam Watson? What is his job in this? I
don't know what Sam Watson is. I can't speak on that.
Oh no, because I always see him with these PBC guys, innit? So I thought that he might be able to he's sticking his nose in certain places and that, and snotting his nose Ellaby. Coach, man, there's too much to speak on right now, man. But thank you for the show, man. I appreciate the interviews. I appreciate the interviews and the stuff that he put out to us, man. The audience it's free. It's YouTube as well. Like, it's free, man. So I appreciate it. Because if anything, I would pay for the channel. You see what I'm saying? I'll pay to watch you.
Yes, sir, man. Shout out to Cassidy, man, for calling in. Thank you so much, brother. Shout out to Cassidy for calling in, man.
No problem.
Yes, sir. Let's finish reading this article, guys. Let's finish reading this article. Right? Let's finish reading this article. So, Top Rank declined to comment when contacted by ESPN. Crawford claims breach of contract as well as fraudulent and negligent misrepresentation. He also alleges that Arum made disparaging comments about him in an effort to harm his reputation and impact future prospects with a new promoter. This is facts. That's why Arum was talking shit about Terence Crawford. If Terence Crawford would have listened to the BFTBs, the LDBCs, the Fanons, the Blue Bloods, if he would have listened to you niggas, he would have been on the shelf sitting there, not getting no goddamn fights. He was smart. Finish your contract out, and then sue his ass. Hold on, guys. Hold on, Toss. Hold on. Sorry about that, Queen. Sorry about that. Caller, what's your name again? Say it again so the artist can hear. I thought I had it on mute. I didn't know. Sorry. Say it again.
Tasha from Lauderdale.
Tasha from Fort Lauderdale. Lauderdale with Lottie Dottie. Hey, man, Lottie Dottie, man, the Dale. What's going on, Tasha? What you want to talk about?
Nothing much, Coach, but you're absolutely right. Crawford's pay-per-view numbers have been like that from the get-go. Right. It was never brought up in all the 100 excuses that you rattled off. The reality is Spence do not want no smoke. And you're absolutely right. Crawford needs to move on and figure out what the rest of his career path going to be.
Exactly.
Spence don't want to fight him.
Yeah. He don't want to fight him. He don't want to fight him. That's water under the bridge. That's over. It's very interesting to see what Crawford does, whether he fights, who he fights next. Like he said, he's going to do what's in the best interest of him. And nobody knew that this lawsuit was coming. Bob Arum didn't know none of that. And once he said, man, he's moving on. He's going to do what he's got to do for the rest of his, for what's best for his career. And for him to turn around and sue Bob Arum, he's right about this. He's totally right. And he need to sue his ass.
I think we're going to be surprised because I think Crawford got a lot of stuff up his sleeve. We just don't realize it. We as boxing fans want to see him in Spence, but we just don't have a clue what he probably have up his sleeve.
Yeah, we don't know. The reason why we don't know is because he doesn't see that. Listen, the reason why we don't know Tasha because he's not out in social media telling everybody what he's going to do. He's not out in social media saying, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, which is a good thing. That's why you can't listen to these pro-narrative YouTube channels. I say this time, I'm gonna let you go, Queen. Sorry, I know I can run my mouth. Tasha, thank you so much for calling from Lauderdale. Thank you, Queen, for calling. Okay.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Coach.
See, shout out to Boxing Logic United for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Boxing Logic said Logan and Jake Paul have over 50 million social media followers before they started boxing. Hey, that's facts. Hey, that's facts there. That's facts. That's facts there, boy. Hey, listen. You hit the nail right on the head. He said, was Am racist before Bud resigned with him, or was he magically become racist afterwards? You know, that's a damn good question. That's a damn good question. And it's a better answer for that. And the answer is, it's somewhere in the gray area somewhere. I'm going to tell you why. Because Bob Arum has a history of working with black fighters. Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali's brought him in the game. Muhammad Ali made him a promoter. Herbert Muhammad, he's Floyd Mayweather. You name him, he's worked with him. You name him, he's worked with them. Right? And I haven't heard Bob Arum call black fighters N-words and stuff like that, use racial slurs. If there is, I haven't heard it. You see what I'm saying? If someone can send me a video on that, I would love that. But that's a good question, though. And I'm a firm believer in this. A person doesn't all of a sudden become something. Doesn't all of a sudden become something. And when I look at Bob Arum's track record, he has a history. He did it to Oscar De La Hoya. Let's run down the line. He did it to Oscar De La Hoya. Once he started saying disparaging things about Oscar De La Hoya at the end. Floyd Mayweather, he said Floyd Mayweather couldn't. Listen, a lot of y'all don't remember this. Floyd Mayweather couldn't sell flies to shit prior to fighting Oscar De La Hoya. You see what I'm saying? He couldn't. Let's see. I don't know about Manny Pacquiao, Miguel Cotto, Mikey Garcia, Miguel Cotto. It's some more that I'm forgetting right now, guys. It's some more that I'm forgetting right now. But I don't think that he's all of a sudden became that myself. But I say all that to say this. He said, but Am downplayed him publicly and saying things in order to discourage other promoters to work with Crawford. Exactly. But I say all that to say this, though, blood. I say all that to say this. I think he's right about this lawsuit. If Terence Crawford Retro would have listened to these Alphabet Boy channels If he would have ran off emotion, he probably knew I'm gonna sue this motherfucker 2 years ago. By him being quiet, not saying anything, no one saw this coming. No one saw this coming. You want to know why they didn't see it coming? Because he don't run his mouth. He keep his mouth closed. He didn't let the left hand know what the right hand was doing. I bet Bob was like, what the fuck? A lawsuit? Where this come from? Because he don't talk. If you act like these emotional ass niggas, these emotional PBC D-Ride ass, if you act emotional like those guys and listen to them, if you listen to these promoters, these YouTube financial advisors, these YouTube managers, guess what? You fighters will stay broke and you'll always make the wrong moves listening to them niggas. We told him this, we told him that. Dummy, he was under contract, fool. He never should have did this, he never should have did that. Coming from a nigga who got a YouTube channel, who ain't never made $1 million in his life. Now all of a sudden, you good at telling people what they should and shouldn't have done. This man has an 8-figure net worth. Apparently he does something good. Black wife, black kids, has a family. Apparently he does something good. He has an 8-figure net worth. So he got paid over there. And not a lawsuit, he should have sued him. But if he would have did it while he was still under contract, his ass would have been done for doing that dumb ass shit, and they would have set his ass on the shelf for 3 years like they did Mikey Garcia, while he's fighting the lawsuit. Because if you sue the man while you're under contract with him, guess what? You're going to have to wait till the lawsuit is over with. Bob got a boatload of money. They can stretch this lawsuit out for 3-4 years. You sitting on the goddamn shelf. Well, kid, if you wanna fight, you want me to make your fight, you're gonna have to drop the lawsuit. Or you're gonna sit on the shelf and we're gonna wait till the conclusion of the lawsuit. 3 years go by, 2-3 years go by, you ain't got no fights, you can't pay your money. Come on, man, that's dumb. That's why you don't do nigga business. Let's continue. Top ranked decline for comment. It said Crawford claimed breach of contract as well as fraudulent and neglect misrepresentation. He also alleges, and I don't think that's an alleged, that's just, it is what it is. He also alleges that Arum made disparaging comments about him in an effort to harm his reputation and impact future prospects with promoters. Now, it's one thing to make comments, but when you say shit to, and it seemed like it's working because guess what? Now the PBC is saying that, hey, man, we ain't got the kind of money to pay him to make that fight over here. He's not a pay-per-view star. Where they got that from? Bob Arum. But let's continue. It's no problem. Let's continue. So now, the suit points to Arum's 2020 remark that he could have built a house in Beverly Hills on the money I've lost on Terence Crawford last 3 fights. Crawford made $6 million for the November pay-per-view bout against Shawn Porter in the last fight. He said the Omaha, Nebraska-born made $3.5 million for Kell Brook, $4.8 million for his fight with Amir Khan, and $4 million for his matchup with Kavalauskas. Also says that the suit also points to comments Arum made in 2019 regarding the difficulty in making the Crawford-Spence fight with PBC founder Al Heyman, who advises Spence. He's going to say, Spence, listen to me. Don't listen to the white guys. Because if you listen to the white guys, they're going to steer you down. They're going to steer you down the road. Listen to me, brother. We're part of a brotherhood. Now, this is true now. Now, listen, I agree with this. And if I tell you not to fight Crawford, I'm telling you not to fight Crawford. That's exactly what he would say. Now, I agree with this, with what Bob Arum said. The suit also claims about comments that Arum made in 2019 with the difficulty of making a Crawford-Spence fight. Now, this is Bob Arum paraphrasing, and he's saying that, hey, listen, hey, Spence, he's going to say, Spence, listen to me. Don't listen to the white guys. Guess what? You know how I know that's true? Because that's what the LDBC says. White man, the devil, they evil, racist, this and that. This is what they say. You need to go sign with the black man. But PBC is a white-owned company. Yes, white folks own the PBC. Did you guys know that? They ain't give him $500 million for nothing. Why they Reed didn't give him $500 million for nothing? Cut it out. He was right about that. I agree with this lawsuit wholeheartedly. And if he would have did what a lot of these YouTube channels would have said, his dumb ass would have been sitting on the shelf for 3 years, not making any money, getting any fights. Oh man, they say the boxing story. He say, tell it, coach. He would have sat on the goddamn self. Mark Nash said promoters have relationship with sponsors, networks, and venues, not just YouTube and Twitter. Exactly, Mark. Let's talk to the people in the chat. Let's see. Let's see. So he said, so Bob afforded Bob the Josh Taylor fight and tried to wrap him up in another contract. Oh, you mean offer? Yeah. Well, Crawford didn't fall for it. Crawford didn't fall for it. And hold on. Hey, Gerald Fields, check this out. It says right here, he talked about the 2019 comments that Bob Arum made. He probably, listen, I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, Gerald, I wouldn't be surprised if Crawford and Bomac knew back then and said, yeah, we're going to sue this motherfucker here. They just ain't say nothing. They just ain't say nothing. They already knew they were going to sue him probably 2 years ago. They say, look here, man, now, check this out. They think we some dumb boys from Omaha, Nebraska. We don't know nothing. I can imagine the conversation Bomac, Red, shout out to Red. I spoke to Red. Shout out to Red. I can imagine the conversation they've had. See who this is. See who this is, Carla. Oh, let me see who this is. Carla, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Coach? It's Bo.
Bo, what the link read, baby? What you want to talk about?
Hey, man. With that article that came out, man, my only thing is I'm hope Terence Crawford is doing this because he's, that's something he wanted to do, and it's not like something he was influenced from, some of these same YouTubers that been, calling him top rank Toby and stuff like that. Because you already know now that this article broke out, they're gonna race to the to make videos and saying, see, I've been telling you this for years. It's racism and everything else. So my thing is I just hope he did it based on his own doing and not being influenced by some outsiders.
Me personally, I don't think he's influenced by those guys. To be honest with you, they don't like him anyway. So I don't think that's that. I think he's doing that because if you look at it from a business standpoint, Bob Arum is a very powerful promoter in the sport of boxing. He has a lot of influence over Al Heyman. He has a lot of influence over the Eddie Hearns. A lot of the boxing circles, the different venues, the different networks. So if you're looking at it from a Crawford standpoint, he said, okay, listen, I got a promoter who's supposed to promote me. He's paid me well. I have, he's paid me well. I have an 8-figure net worth. He's made a lot of money with Top Rank. You know what I mean? But this guy has ruined any negotiating power that I may have once I become a free agent. And he did that purposely to try to get me to stay with him as a company. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think Crawford has done that because he's suing Top Rank because he's being influenced by some niggas with a YouTube channel. I call them the old crusty niggas. I think he's doing it because he has a valid reason to do it. I really believe that.
I agree. I just hope that's what it really is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't think Crawford don't seem like the type of dude to move. Listen, let's put it this way. If he was moving because of what they say do, right, he would have been did all the other shit that they said years ago. Like literally, he don't fuck with them niggas and they don't fuck with him. They don't like Crawford because he doesn't give them interviews. That's what that's all about. But yeah, I mean that's what I think. But I think he has a valid point. You know what I mean? And I'm glad he did it. And I think it was smart not to sue Bob Arum while you was contractually bound to his company. That's just stupid. Right. That's stupid. That's stupid.
Yeah, you don't want to mess up the bag, definitely.
Yeah, that's stupid. You know what I mean? Like, you saw what happened with Mikey Garcia.
Yeah, that's a good example right there.
Mikey, you know what I mean? So anyway, but Bo, shout out to you, my brother. Thank you so much, brother, for calling in. Okay.
Hey, appreciate that, Coach.
Yes, sir. He said, Mark Nash said, I think Bob Arum was settled because I don't think he wants to take the stand. I believe Terence wouldn't have found this claim without evidence and enough money to fight this. Yeah. I don't think so neither because simple fact is the receipts. I mean, he said it in different shows, videos. He says, I reported this story almost a month or two ago, when they said Crawford camp was going to possibly sue. It was Teddy Atlas saying this. Yeah, Teddy Atlas. As a matter of fact, Teddy Atlas did say this. Teddy Atlas was the one that said it on this podcast. And I'm glad you reminded me of that, Mark Nash. He did say that. And he said that he thinks that Top Rank, he said that he thinks that Terence Crawford has a very good case and he will win that case. Teddy Atlas did say that, Mark Nash. Shoot the nail right on the head. He said that. He said, I think Terence Crawford has a very good case and he's going to win it. Teddy Atlas did say that. Mark Nash, you did say that. Facts. But again, if you sue your promoter while you are under contract with him, it's very stupid. That's like you're working on a job. Now listen, that's like Mark Nash got a company. Mark Nash does have his own business, but let's say Mark Nash business is his business is worth multi-millions of dollars. I'm working for Mark Nash. Mark Nash saying some crazy shit about me that I don't like, but I'm under contract with Mark Nash. And Mark Nash has a history of we've seen a fighter have a lawsuit against Mark Nash. A fighter had the lawsuit against Mark Nash. Mark Nash sat his ass on the shelf for 3 years until the lawsuit subsided to the conclusion of the lawsuit. So I saw what Mark Nash did to this other guy. And this other guy couldn't make no money, take care of his family. He had to get it how he lived, shoot dice, hustle, whatever he had to do. You know what I mean? I ain't saying he did all that. I'm just being facetious. You know what I mean? And I see it. Well, goddamn, if I sue Mark Nash while I'm under contract with Mark Nash, guess what? He can make my life very difficult. Let me wait till my contract, I fulfill my contractual obligations and then make a move. That's so I can still fight while I have a lawsuit against this guy. And then I don't have to worry about fighting. I don't have to worry about being put on the shelf, not making no money for my family. It's chess, not checkers. Mark Nash said, he said, bro, Canelo just started speaking English before, and recently the only thing we heard him say was, I was born ready versus Mayweather. Retro, what you say, fam? He say, I agree. He knew he was going to do this for a hot minute. Yeah, he knew he was going to do this, blood. I really believe that. Yeah, man. I really believe that. He say facts, coach. Yes, absolutely. It was very dumb. It would have been very dumb for him to do that. No, he say, coach, Drummer for Life say, coach, I'm curious at what Boxing Podcast YouTube channels you fully support. Man, I don't like to say them all because if I forget some, they'll think that I'm, there's quite a few I watch. I watch Retro every day. I watch Ring IQ. I watch, for the most part, I watch everybody for the most part, but just to see what the trends are because certain narratives that's being pushed. So I watch that, being a content creator, but I watch what trends are being pushed by certain channels. Like I know like the LDBC channels. I know what listen, I know what they are going to say. I know what their shows, I know what videos they're going to drop. I know what they are going to say before they even drop a video. So, because all of them pretty much on the same accord for the most part. They talk about the same shit. I know their angle, all of that stuff. I know what pretty much some of those guys. So, I studied a lot of people. I don't study them as much as I used to, but I studied a lot of people. I already know what's what. But I watch again, Retro. I catch Mark Nash from time to time because a lot of times Mark Nash will come on late and I be tired. I be knocked out asleep. But catch Mark Nash from time to time. He has a very, very diverse show. Lady Shan show, Ring IQ, Sporting Icons. I look at Counterpunch. I check out on Fred Barbershop Conversations. Catch Blue Blood Sports TV every now and then. Catch a little bit of Fanon every now and then, just to see what their trends, what they're talking about. All of them say the same shit for the most part. Trail Boxing, 7-8, shit. Who else? BDA, UGC Flame, Bruce Vane, I catch the boxing voice every now and then. G Funky, D Style. There's a bunch of them, man. But like the main guys that I really, really like, you know, I have a core that I really, really like. Check out. Biz, yeah, I haven't called Biz in a while. I used to watch Showbiz. I haven't called him in a while though. But yeah, Showbiz is a good content creator. Showbiz is a good content creator. Yeah, IBLP is funny. IBLP is funny. Yeah, he's funny. Oh yeah, Major Key Boxing. You know what I mean? So yeah, ringside reporter. That's what I'm saying. Like I'll forget like which guys, you know what I mean? He said, Coach, you been watching Blue Blood? I catch him every now and then. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be transparent with you guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. I'm gonna be transparent with you. Now, I'm not saying I catch these guys every day. Mostly what I do is I look, okay, I look at, okay, what they're talking about, what their title is, okay. Unless it's a clickbait title, okay, I see what I already know where they're going at with this. And I listen to like maybe 15 minutes of it for the most part. And I pretty much know exactly where they're going after that. For the most part. Dante's Race Baiting Nation. I used to watch him, but I don't watch a long time ago. But I don't watch him anymore. But I still catch his stuff and I do research. I've never watched IQ TV. Never. I've never seen the show of his. I've never seen the show of Boxing Ego. Kind of like, you know, like I'm not like sit down and watch the show. I never sat down and just watch the show. You know what I mean? Probably maybe looked at maybe a couple of minutes of it. Because some of those dudes, they just real boring with their delivery. Some of those dudes are very boring how they deliver the message. And I'm a high energy guy. So, you know, I'm a high energy guy. You know, I like dudes who funny. I like dudes who talk shit. I like dudes who, I like that. He said, you probably thinking of BFTV being funny. No, I know. IBF, yeah, IBF, I forgot that dude. IBFP, yeah, he funny too. He funny. But BFTB, yeah, that BTF, whatever the nigga name is, yeah, that nigga hilarious. To me, he's hilarious. He has anger issues. Shout out to KB. KB said, Coach, notice Bud does. Come in. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. He said, Coach, you know the Buzz does what none of the LDBC guys and their boxers have the guts to do, but always talking about it. Always say talking race stuff. Yeah. That's what it is. He said that's a sign of being blessed, Coach, when you old enough to forget. All right, I'm back, guys. Yeah, so but a lot of content that I've been watching lately, because I have a marketing background, guys. I watch guys like Roberto Blake, Niminati. I watch like the real content creators. I watch like the Kevin Samuels, the Tasha K's, I study a lot of people. Like I'm one of them content creators. I study people. You see what I'm saying? I study people. And the reason why I study them because I'm trying to learn something. So I study people, how they move, their mannerisms, how they deliver their message, their tonality, just pretty much what kind of narrative are they spinning, if they're spinning any narratives. You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of like scientific with my shit, to be honest with you. I study a motherfucker. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. So he says, he say Pauline Mission Impossible or Mission Complete. So anyways, yeah, man, it is what it is, bro. I'm glad that he's doing it. I want to give everybody a round of applause. What you say? The Star Report. Yeah. Star. Like I studied, like those are the guys who I study. You see what I'm saying? Those are the guys who I study. Anything I get involved in, I'm gonna try to be the best at it. You know what I mean? I haven't been doing it long enough, but this YouTube shit is all about consistency. It's all about consistently putting out content, and it's all about doing your research, and it's all about knowing what the fuck you're talking about when you're talking. It's not about with me pushing narratives, and it's about delivering the message. Can you, when you get to the bat, can you knock a home run or give us a base hit or a double or a triple in the bottom of the ninth when we're down by two, when we're down by two runs? That's where it's at with me. You see what I'm saying? So, great show today. I really appreciate everybody who came out. Let's go ahead and do this OJ the Jew Man style, man. You know how we do it, bro. You know how we do it. Let's do this OJ the Jew Man style. Shout out to my brother Retro Boxing and Documentaries. Shout out to Blue Blood Sports. Blue Blood Sports TV. Shout out to Trill, all those boys. Shout out to Fred Barbershop Conversations. Shout out to KQ. Shout out to all of the guys who have watched over a period of time. Shout out to you guys. Give you a shout out. It's your boy. Shout out to you, fam. Shout out to you. I ain't gonna lighten up. I'm gonna tighten up though. Shout out to Dante's Race Bait Nation. Shout out to my Key TV Boxing Nemo. Shout out to Leonard Ellaby. Shout out to all of my detractors, all of these guys who I'm enemies of, apparently, and they don't like me. Shout out to you guys. I'm gonna keep my foot on y'all next though. Remember that. I'm not gonna lighten up. I'm gonna tighten up. Remember that. Shout out to Johnny for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Let's see. Shout out to the YouTube channels, man. Sporting Icons. Shout out to Counterpunch. Boxing Boys. Shout out to you guys. You know what I mean? I don't agree with 90% of the shit you say, but shout out to you. Shout out to the entire Alphabet Boy community. Shout out to Lady Shan Dunn them season, Major Key Boxing, Mark Naz, BDA, Rebuttal Entertainment. Shout out to those boys down there in DC. Shout out to YB. YB is funny as hell too. He's funny. He's a troll like me. Shout out to all of the trolls. Shout out to any YouTube channel that I may be forgetting that put out good content. Shout out to what the dude named Bruce Vane. Shout out to my mind drawing a blank. It's too many channels. Too many channels. You know what I mean? Just too many, bro. But anyways, it is what it is, man. Let's do this. Shout out to Eddie Val. Shout out to the Queen Nick Rich. Shout out to Bruce Goes. Shout out to even if I don't fuck with the channels, I still give them a shout out. I ain't got no problem with that. Shout out to Knockdown 405 for dropping that 305. Bam! Super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Cash out.
Boy.
He says that keep building, coach. Yes, sir. I will. I plan on it. Anything I get involved in, I'm gonna be good at it. Shout out to KB. Shout out to George H. Shout out to the one Mr. Ham. Shout out to Diallo Huggy. Shout out to Mr. 420. Shout out to Knockdown 305. Shout out to the Queen Little Green Eyes P. Shout out to Rob Rib Shows. Shout out to Thomas Jones. He said, "Who is Jason Black?" He got a channel called The Black Authority. He is Mr. Super Pro Black. Wakanda himself. He lets everybody know, you got to go by his standards in order to know what black is. A lot of these pro-black guys, they got white women at home, or they have Hispanic, Latino women at home, or they have non-black women at home. So anybody who's pushing a pro-black narrative, the first rule of engagement is this: you cannot be pro-black if you do not have a black woman at home. Remember that movie, I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, guys, where Jack Spade, he was trying to take down Mr. Big, and he went to this store where this revolutionary was working at, and the revolutionary came out. He had a green beret hat on, power to the people, the black fist and all that stuff there. And he was a pro-black guy back in the day. And then Jack Spade went in there, was like, yo, man, I want to take down Mr. Big. And I heard you used to represent for the people back in the day. And he had a white wife walk through the door with some white children. And Jack Spade was like, what is going on? Now, there's nothing wrong with white people. I ain't got nothing bad about what to say about white people at all. But I'm trying to show you, this is what these pro-black niggas do. They be pro-black, but they got a blonde hair, blue-eyed, beautiful white woman at home, at the house. And this is what they do. And there's nothing wrong with having a blonde hair, blue-eyed white woman. If that's what you want to have, there's nothing wrong with that. But the hypocrisy is what I call out of you niggas. Some of your favorite YouTube channels, they talk that pro-black shit, but they not as pro-black as you think they is. Just being honest. And this ain't no shade. This ain't no shade. This ain't no shade. This ain't no shade, dog. I'm just being honest, dog. Listen, I don't get into another man's personal business. I ain't getting into that. But I'm just saying, dog, I ain't gonna, you niggas need to cut it out. That's why they don't like me. But shout out to Tony Kelly. Shout out to Reese Mack. Shout out to Halim in the building. Bam. Shout out to Thomas Jones. Shout out to Carl Hansen, Drumming for Life, the Queen Love Green Eyes P, Wayne Love Peacock, Rob Rib Shows, Peter Reeves, Douglas Duran, Don't Hate, Yuli X Games, Thomas Jones, OG, Double OG, Triple OG, Quadruple OG, Halim from the UK with the AK. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna do that too. He says, I'm hearing from news articles that Mayweather's being sued for promoting scamming crypto. Yeah, that is true. Mayweather's being sued as well. He's being sued as well for cryptocurrency scam. Shout out to ADD. Shout out to Deuce Trade. Shout out to the Queen, Deborah Booker. Shout out to Bernard. Shout out to everyone who called in. Shout out to Dark Prince from Boston. Shout out to Ron from Cincinnati. Shout out to the Queen, Nick Rich. Shout out to Al from Philly. Shout out to Fernando from New York. Shout out to Cyrus from the Philippines. Shout out to Jerron from New York. Shout out to Cassidy from London. Shout out to the Queen Tasha from Fort Lauderdale. And shout out to Bo. Let's see. Shout out to who else we have in the building, man? As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and get rid of these phone lines. Shout out to Jeff Lucietta. Shout out to Hector Garcia, Toby Bartlett. Shout out to Paul Evans and salute to Ava as well. Shout out to Eddie Val. Shout out to the Queen Nick Rich. Shout out to Blood Retro Boston Documentaries. Shout out to Halim. Shout out to King K.O. Wayne Love Peacock. Jonathan Simon, Akon in the building. Shout out to Johnny is the name. Shout out to KB, George H, Huggy Bear, aka Diallo Huggy. Shout out to Mr. 420. Shout out to Rob Rib Shows, Deuce Trey in the building. Shout out to King K.O, Wayne Love Peacock, Darvin Renee. Shout out to Jonathan Simon. Shout out to Reese Mack, the Miggity Mac Daddy. Shout out to the Queen Bless 305. Shout out to the Queen Lisa Bells. Salute to the Queen Arlette. Salute to the Queen Nick Rich. Shout out to the Queen Love Green Eyes P. Shout out to, let's see, Daryl McCraney. What's going on, fam? JGO. And shout out to all of my trolls and detractors. I'm here every day, brother. 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We do not run from opposing opinions. If you have an opposing opinion of me, there's nothing wrong with that, brother. I'm not going to run from you. You can call me, say whatever you want to say. Not going to hang up on you, and I'm not going to block you. The only way you get blocked is if you be disrespectful to the women, if you attack women, attack children, and if you're saying racist stuff in the comments. Those are the only reason you'll get blocked. You can call me whatever you want to call me. I do not care. I talk a lot of shit. I bring a lot of shit talking to me. So when you dish it, you got to know how to take it. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. Shout out to Daryl McCraney. Shout out to Reese Mack. A whole lot of names. If I forgot you, shout out to Mark Nash, Major Key Boxing. Shout out to the Queen Misfit. I don't know how I forgot Misfit. Shout out to the Queen Misfit. Shout out to Eric Grimey. He say champ side. No, I don't listen to him. I don't listen to him. You know what I mean? I might have to check him out one day, see what he's about, but I don't listen to champ side. I just heard about him a couple days ago, to be honest with you. I think last week sometime. You know, the LDBC got they got 1 million people in the LDBC, so I think he's LDBC if I'm not mistaken. If you're in the field of the LDBC, it's just like you LDBC, so that's how I look at it. And you know, I'm on the other side of the street with those guys. Shout out to let's see, Derek Curry. I think I got it. Marcus King, Pito, Fresco Bar. That's funny. Jumbo Slice. VQ Chris. What's going on, fam? Shout out to my brother Damian Bennett. Let's see, man. Million Names. Thomas Jones. Shout out to my man Charlo in the building. Hey, man, if I forgot you, man, I'm sorry, dog. Million Names. I try my best. Shout out to Johnny for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Shout out to Drumming Full Live. Bruce Goes in the building. Bruce Goes. Hold on. We got another super chat I just missed. 2 of them. Shout out to the Gabriel Gaming for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
BFT said he says BFTB real name is Julu K. Caldwell. Julu K. Caldwell. And you say he's a registered sex offender and everyone ignores it. Google his name. Google his name, a case. Bad conduct, army discharge. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I don't, I'm gonna be honest with you, Gabriel. Me personally, I don't get involved in people personal affairs, whatever they might have been through. I don't know a lot about his situation for me to comment on it, even though I am totally on the opposite side of what these guys talk about from a race baiting standpoint. What I don't do over here is I don't attack people personally. I don't know enough about any content creator to attack them personally. Whatever they got going on personally from a legal standpoint, that has nothing to do with me. That's none of my business. But if you felt like you needed to share that, that's fine. But I'm just telling you how I am. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it YouTube. I'm not gonna attack him for whatever he may have been arrested for, what he's going through. To be honest with you, my brother. You know what I mean? Because I'm just being honest with you. Me personally, I don't do that. But thank you for sharing that with everybody. Shout out to Boxing Logics United for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He say amen. He said amen. Yes, sir. Let's see. Shout out to Shakabula for dropping that quarter of a bam pound on your boy. That $5 pound. That 5 pounds on your boy. So I always say $5 pound.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He say super sticker. I appreciate that, fam. Shout out to Toby Bartlett. Bless 365 so he's not LDVC. Oh, I don't know. Shit, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You get it? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, though. It is what it is. So other than that, man, it's our boy Coach Malachi Williams. Shout out to Leandro, Akon, Thomas Jones, Peter Reeves. Other than that, that's it, man. Coach Malachi Williams signing out. New media today, USA Boxing. Big J, what's going on, fam? And Reese Mack, and I think that's it. Other than that, Coach Malachi Williams signing out. New media today, USA Boxing. You know my motto, man. Don't meet me there, beat me there. See you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a fire show. I am not going to be playing tomorrow. Other than that, peace.
I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.